And I didn't get the Sam, but I'll look it up real quick.
Good evening. Here from Hideaway Field live on a Thursday night, Premier League Wiffle. Tonight we're featuring the defending champion Sandvipers. Will be the road team and the Snappers, three-time finalists last season here in the PLW. This is one heavyweight matchup, defending champions. What do you think, Brad?
You know, you got Taylor Bryner with a wing issue. Got a one-handed guy, but he's still probably one of the top 5 players in the league. And you had they struggled the first series, only winning one game, kind of uncharacteristically. We talked about that the last time. They don't lose series, and they lost a couple. And then the Vipers won with pitching and defense and no offense. So maybe I look for a little calmer night tonight.
Yeah, they're going to be without Big Johnny Castaneda here again tonight. Once again, Taylor's still with that one arm. The biggest news here tonight is David Harley Jr. The Sandvipers released him off of their championship roster this week. That puts him as a waiver. Every team has a right to put their claim in, and the team with the 10th and final waiver spot in this league was the only team to put in a claim, and that's the Snappers. That's not the only news here tonight, though.
What's the other one?
The Snappers are leading off David Harley Jr. here against his former team in his first game back here. So that's big news. In this league, leadoff hitters, they are no joke. We have the most stacked leadoff hitters in this league, and David Harley is going to try and step into that role, hitting in front of Bryner and Weber tonight. And we'll see how that plays out in a little bit here.
Yeah, if he can get on base in front of those two guys, look for a big night from the Snappers, and I think he's got a little extra motivation.
The weather here tonight has settled down a little. If some of you were tuned in last night, the Cajuns mashed the ball in the first 2 games, scoring 20 runs, going up 2 games to none, but the Legends were able to grit their teeth and bear down, find a 2-1 win in Game 3, which is everything. Brad, you're the guy that knows the best here, I would say.
Well, I mean, I just kind of commended the guys for the effort last night. I mean, we didn't have a lot of effort the first week, and then we came out the second week, and the results weren't what we were hoping for, but you got to credit the Cajuns. They're a good team. They walked us out a couple of times. They came up with some timely hits, a grand slam, by the rookie Morris. Roosh pitched fantastically, but we were able to, I wouldn't say steal one, but we were able to win one. We got, Casey Taravella played out of his mind in the field and pitched a great game in the last game. And I'll take it. Like, it's one win in a row, and we're going into a big series against you guys next Friday. I can't wait for that. But I was happy with the effort. Like, results are results, but the effort was better.
Yeah, 54-game season. Every game we're going to find out as this season goes on means the exact same. You're going to be looking back to week 2, week 3, and realizing a game you kind of gave away, and you're going to be really kicking yourself. So everything matters out here. Super intense games.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we were 19-20 and didn't make the playoffs.
Yep.
And the year before, we made the playoffs by 1 game. So, I mean, it's in a 54-game season. Every game matters.
Yep, the field is very calm here tonight. I believe if there is a wind, I would call it maybe 2 to 5 miles per hour blowing in. Kind of the same direction as last night, kind of across the field and in a little, but it is pretty calm out here tonight. We should just get some real true outcomes.
Yeah, you're going to see David Harley's immediate impact on arguably one of the top 2 defensive teams. These are probably the 2 best defensive teams in the league.
That is a very possibility for sure.
And losing Michael Aguara for the season for them, not playing this season, you add David Harley, which is, in my opinion, one of the top 5 defensive outfielders in this league.
I agree with that, Brad. And we got Brandon Gregg will be taking the mound for the Snappers here in Game 1. Tom Gannon for the Sandvipers in Game 1. Brandon Gregg has struggled with the walk a little bit. The Snappers have mentioned they want to get him into Game 1, so if he does walk out early in the night, they still are able to go back to him in Games 2 and 3. Last season, he threw a lot of Game 3s, so when he walked out early, he didn't get any more chances to get some reps out there.
And that's what I kind of do, too, with my guys, Casey and Billy, the other night. If they walk out, I still got him for 2 more games. It's kind of like you want to put your guy with the best options. If he can get on, he's going to get you deep into Game 1. And if he's just missing, you can hope he finds it in Game 2 in a relief appearance or Game 3 in a relief appearance. Pitching's at a premium this year. If you got it, you got to throw strikes, though. Yeah,
pitching staffs are a little bit deeper here in the PLW. As we saw last year in 2021, the rules changed for pitchers a little. It got more aggressive and a little more difficult, less innings allowed. and forcing these teams to develop more pitching. And there was a lot of fight for that. Everybody wants to just put their ace out there, but now everybody's realizing that, we need to have a third and a fourth and even a fifth option out here on some nights.
6:05. Let's go. Game time.
Game
6:05.
time it is. Brandon Gregg looking to work to Adam Tanik to start this one off.
Not a favorable position for a guy who struggles with the walk.
The very, very patient team, this Sandvipers team, and Brandon Gregg settles in. A little bit low. Tanik isn't going to help him. Gregg features a hard slider. He tries to throw a screwball. He's got a very tall build. That's a screwball there. It didn't move a lot, but Tanik misses it a little bit, pops it back up to the mound.
I think it's the new popular pitch between the knuckleball. The knuckleball is the new hit thing with Billy Santillanes throwing it, but that screwball has been the great equalizer. If you got it, it helps.
Here's Justin Hicks. He'll be followed by Tom Gannon, and then Trench Picone, Marc Tavano, and Cody Giordano.
There it is. There's that screwball. Effective.
Very similar pitcher to Devlin Daniel of the Lightning. Tall build, overhand release, slider screwball pitcher.
Just misses up.
Difficult decisions in this league when you get to 1-2 or 2-2. When do you come back after him? A lot of times you want to kind of play around, hope you can get a chase.
Yeah, we've kind of went to your strategy. No more get me overs to save a walk. Trust the guy behind you. Be competitive the whole time. The league's too good now.
Yeah, absolutely. And these hitters will make you pay for a cookie if you try and get one over. I mean, you have one walk. You can't be that selfish pitcher out there. If you got to still make your pitches, and if you do walk out, trust your teammates. So get your bets in here, guys. The lines are still up. Sandvipers are favored by a 1.5. Jesse Capps, a Gold Glover, knocks it down, makes a high throw, but it's good.
Jesse Capps, a tennis player, so he got the great reactions. You always see him moving. He's always moving at the point of contact. In there for his defense. If he finds a little offense, he'd be a really good two-way player, but awesome, just great hands, great reactions, and kind of really consistent with that throw the last couple of seasons.
Shortstops have really struggled through. This is the 9th series of the season. We have had very mediocre shortstop play to start the season. A lot of errors from shortstops, a lot of balls kind of sneaking by without them being able to get a hand on it. Well, Capps is one of the elite out here, so let's see how he looks out tonight. 2 quick outs for Gregg. This is Tom Gannon. Around the country, he is known as one of the best hand-to-eye, bat-to-ball skills in wiffle ball. 2 quick balls. Gregg's going to need to throw a strike here. It's a big shame when you get those first 2 outs to notch that first walk in the first inning. It never gets easy out here.
There's no rest for the weary in this lineup.
There's that first walk.
That's a huge walk. And now Trench, who's been probably one of the hottest hitters on the Viper team in that first series.
Trench has been working really hard.
Nick, I couldn't agree more. Those pants are hideous, but leave it to Jesse Capps to wear something.
He representing all 10 teams in the PLW on those pants, I was told. Here he is, another chance. Beautiful. Flips it to his partner for an easy field choice.
What a play. And that's why he's on the roster. That's why he's there.
His reaction time is second to nobody out here. He is moving, as you said, on the pitch. He reacts immediately to the ball. He's super long, and his hands and fingers are gigantic, so he's able to cradle that ball in and really make those plays more often than not.
Well, we got a couple of ex-tennis players playing. Gregg Kelly's an ex-tennis player, and so is Jesse Capps, and neither one of them are afraid to get on the ground, so their range is just bigger by those measures because they can dive and keep the ball in front.
We didn't get to dive much into this this snapper lineup before. We do have Harley Jr. leading off. Once again, the Sandvipers waived David Harley this week. The Snappers put in a claim for him in the number 10 spot. The whole league passed on him. The Snappers were able to add him, and they are just leading him right off here tonight. One thing about it I like is that Harley has had a lot of BP against Sandviper pitching, so he's very familiar with Tom Gannon.
Absolutely. Him and Tom probably played more than anybody.
Yeah, get those bets in, guys. The lines are still up. Sandviper's a 1.5 run favorite. If you take the Snappers right now, you're going to get about plus 150 on your money. Take the Sandvipers, you're going to be laying about minus 150 on your money, on your points, I'm sorry.
It's a hard habit to break.
It really is.
And you hear that pop, there's that changeup, keeping his finger buried in the ball. Arm speed stays the same, but the ball comes out slower, keeping it under that 55-mile-an-hour limit.
The better hitters can certainly hear that pop as Tom throws it, but that doesn't mean they can hit it still. Really good slider by Gannon, tying up Harley. Different look there. Tom features about 10 to 12 pitches. He throws them all well. His problem sometimes is deciding what to throw when, but he is really developing out here. I'm sure he's the Cy Young favorite right now. Maybe Billy Santillanes has an argument there.
Yeah, 2 shutouts and 2 starts. That's solid.
Yeah, 2 shutouts and 2 starts.
Against the Snappers and the one. The Sandvipers and the ones.
Yeah, 2 big lineups from Sandy. Here, that pop again, and Gannon controls it well right to that outside corner. Gets ahead 1-2 on Bryner. You see Bryner up there with that one hand. He is the 3-time reigning MVP in this league, also the reigning Cy Young Award winner. A little hot there, smart pitch, but he's a veteran. He's not going to bite at that one.
Well, 50. Rick, I'm the mush, so I would say bet the Sandvipers. I'm the mush. I'm as equally bad at Trench.
Oh, I got it.
Hicks calls it, makes the easy catch, and Gannon gets his second out of the first inning. Remember, 55 miles per hour or under to get a called strike in this league. If it's 56 and it's right down the middle, it's still going to be a ball. The batter always has the option to offer at the pitches. We got Shane Weber up here. Very strategical player out here. He's been here since day one. Really developed behind Taylor Bryner as a huge impact with this Snappers team. Oh, he chases a little quick pitch there.
Tom's speeding him up a little bit. I like it. I like the speed. I think he knows who he's going after with the right pitches.
Yes, and
all right, top of the second. Top of the second is brought to you by Leilani Acuna, the official realtor of the PLW. Whether you are selling or buying your first home, you now have a realtor trusted by the PLW players and family. Don't forget to reach out to Leilani Acuna.
You guys can see that QR code right there. Go ahead and scan that code. It'll take you right to all that information. As Greg Kelly hits us with a wiffle ball in the booth. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure. The one guy who knows better than to throw it up here hits us with it.
Got Chad Phillips here. Got Brad Ogden with me here, manager of the Lightning, manager of the Legends, bringing you some Premier League Wiffle on a Thursday night. Series number 9 of the season. We're going to play 18 weeks this year, 54 game slate, 3 games a night. You will see the home team the same, all 3 games here tonight. The Sandvipers will be the home team for the 3 games, and then later in the season, this will switch. You play each team 2 3-game series in a season. 1 table, 1 10-team table.
Basically, Premier League. Just think of this is leg number 2.
There's Brandon Gregg back out for the second. Brandon did have 1 walk in the first inning, so he's already a little bit on the ropes here. 2 walks in the PLW, and your pitching performance is over for the game.
Great
pitch to the outside there. Cody Giordano here, one of the 6 Sandvipers rookies who we will talk a lot more about as the day goes on.
It's not too late to get your wiffle points in.
Getting
a little closer with the bets.
Well, what's happening is people are seeing that 1.5 there, and there's already 1 inning gone by. A little bit more value for that 1.5 there. Good pitch by Gregg. Swings over the top of it. And that's going to bring up Marc Tavano. Sensation last week for the Sandvipers. Adam is very high on this guy.
Probably one of the reasons why Harley was released.
Absolutely. A little low by Gregg.
But just like everything else, rookies have a little hard time figuring out how to hit.
I'm very surprised with the good pitching we've had from rookies in this last week here. It's been very impressive. That screwball misses away. It looks like Marc Tavano is seeing the ball very well for a rookie out here. Two 2-0. You do start with 1 strike here in the PLW, so when you do see 2-0 down there, it is actually 2-1.
3-1 here. Did you give him the green light, even though he's a rookie?
I believe you do.
Yeah. He's going to throw a get me over here.
Well, and that's going to be a hit for Brandon Gregg, as we talked about in the pregame. That's why the Snappers have moved him to that Game 1 starter. He hasn't really been hit that much, but he has struggled with that walk bugaboo. They'll be able to go back to him next game if they want to. 3 different starters, though, here in the PLW. So you do have to feature 3 different guys at the start of the game.
I just don't think they want to go right to Shane here.
I kind of agree to you. They're bringing Shane out really early here. He'll be one of the starters tonight. It's 9 innings for a pitcher in a night. Brandon Gregg will be charged with 2 innings for this. He did pitch in the first and in the second. That's 2 innings for him. And this will be Weber's first inning of work here. So walking out also adds that little knock of an extra. You need 2 different pitchers' innings to get through this second inning here. Not a big deal right now, but when this game goes into extra innings and we have a long night, the Snappers in Game 3 will be struggling for pitching a little, possibly.
Yeah, because I don't see any J-Dub. No Jonathan Wilson here today.
No J-Dub. I don't see him here either.
Doesn't mean he won't be here. I know he works.
Any J-Dub coming tonight there, T?
Nah, he's working tonight.
No J-Dub tonight.
No J-Dub. That's so you might see Jesse Capps. He pitched in the Taco League for the Barons. Greg Kelly, a Taco League pitcher. So there's still options. There are still options There are options that they're hoping they don't have to go to unless they're up 8-1 later. All right, now the ever dangerous Adam Tanik, looking to get on track this season.
Weber, a known strike thrower in the PLW, comes right after hitters. He had a huge spring. He really slumped in the summer season. Struggled with him mostly with his mechanics, and bounced back in the fall. That's a double, but it was a hand put on it before it hit the wall, so that's going to be a dirty double. 2 bases for the runners. If that got to the wall clean, you would have seen the guy on first score, but he's going to hold up at third here. With less than 2 outs, he is in a sacrifice fly position here. Only running you will see in the PLW. Got Justin Hicks back up here in the 2-hole.
I think Justin Hicks breaks every RBI record of the season. Every regular season RBI record. I predict he'll have 75 RBIs this season.
Wow. Wow, you did predict that before the season started, and you're sticking with it. I like it.
Because he's going to be playing, he's going to be batting behind Tanik all season, or behind a combination of Tanik and Gannon, or behind a combination of anybody else. Like, if he'll be batting in the 2, 3, or 4 hole the whole season with these guys. If that bottom gets on, he's going to be batting with guys with traffic all season.
Well, as you say so, he rockets a single back over Weber's shoulder, unable to get a hand on it. It gets all the way to the wall. It drives in the 2 runs. Hicks with a double, putting the Vipers up top early. Here's Tom Gannon. Tough out here. Good take.
Just pissed. Just missed a good pitch.
When Tom first started here in the PLW, he was more of a free swinger. He swung at a lot of pitches, but he has really developed some approach at the plate, a little bit more discipline, getting himself into hitters' counts. As we see here, it's 3-1. Look out. Just a little low, it looked like. I'm not sure, though. No, it was low. Ball 4, Weber, 1 walk, and the Snappers pitching is starting to get into a little bit of trouble here early.
Yeah. So now you got Trench again. Trench does damage when he puts the ball in play. You might not look at his, but runs created per hit, balls in play, he just literally does a lot of damage. No. Oh, that's just gonna be
triple
2.
play ball here. It's only there's only 1 out though. It's gonna be an easy double play as you see him. Step on third, get the force, throw to second, get the force. You got 5 seconds upon contact, or the clock starts when the ball is imminent in the hitting area and stops when it hits this backstop, or when a runner steps on their base. They easily turn that in under 5 seconds for a double play to get out of that inning. Damage done on a Justin Hicks 1 out, 2-run double, 2-0 Vipers.
So, Classic Rocker, to answer your question, no, you can have any 6 on your roster play the field and any 6 on your roster hit. So you can have an offensive line change like hockey. You can have a completely offensive lineup and a completely defensive lineup. Both of these teams really feature, though, more than half of their guys are going to hit, more than half of their guys are going to play defense, with the exception of Taylor, who would normally be in the field, but again, with only 1 hand, you're only going to see him on the mound.
Yeah, this Sandvipers team actually had exactly 6 guys on their championship roster last season, really living on the edge, but all 6 guys showed up every single game, and they were able to prevail. Here's Gannon back out there facing Manny Santillanes.
I think they had to pick up the jack of all trades, they had to pick up GK Rabbit at least once.
Yes.
I think
Trench is a
did.
third baseman. Trench is a Gold Glove third baseman. One of 6 Gold Glove winners last season. You can hear that changeup, that ball popping off Tom's finger. If you listen closely, it makes a distinct popping sound. The better hitters can recognize that. That ball slipped out of his hand a little, it looks like, and we go to 3-1.
Guaranteed strike here. Guaranteed.
Yeah, guaranteed strike here. Let's see what Manny's thinking. Manny's thinking, I'm going to hit that hard, high, and gone! Way back. Santillanes with a line drive home run over the 103 sign. Left field, and the Snappers are on the board, Brad. 2-1.
Yeah, guaranteed he's going to throw a strike because he's not trying to walk out in the second with a 2-run lead. If there were guys on base, I think Tom's a little bit more competitive with that pitch because a walk doesn't hurt. But with a 2-run lead, throw the get me over, see if he's going to take it, you know. And he deposited. Manny did his job there.
You know what Manny did there, too? He got off on the right foot tonight. The last couple of, even into last season, he started off slow and he finishes slow. When Manny starts feeling good out here, the whole team feeds off of him. And look out for Manny Santillanes tonight.
Absolutely.
Here's Brandon Gregg, the pitcher. See if he can help himself. Still nobody out.
382 viewers. Thank you for checking out PLW on a Thursday night.
Yeah, they just can't pitch. Again, the lineup is completely separate from the pitching staff. Defense and offense are completely separate in this league.
I'd like to see that changed at some point, but that's for a future situation.
Yeah, correct. I do see season 10 or something like that. I see us needing to make a change there, but as of right now, it's very good to get these extra players out here on the field. Guys like Jesse Capps, defensive specialists. He has a spot in this league forever.
Yeah, absolutely. As long as he can make plays like that, he'll be in the lineup.
Yep, Brandon Gregg, 3-2 pitch. Big pitch for Tom here. Let's see what he does. He throws that changeup. That's how much confidence he has in that changeup, but it's low again. It looks like Tom's struggling a little bit with that release point.
Yeah, again, so with a 1-run lead, he's going to be more competitive with the pitch. He's not going to throw the get me over, worry about the walk. You've got great pitching behind him.
It's going to bring up Greg Kelly in the 6-hole, looking to roll that lineup. Big swing, he's a little behind it, a little long there. Gannon has all of his pitches at his disposal here on 0-2.
There's that big slider. And that wasn't hot. It looked hot, but 53. What a pitch.
Expect something submarine here. He's going to drop down, I believe. Nope. Stays with that traditional arm angle. Finger pops out of the ball. Kelly spoils. He's going to get another 1-2 pitch here. Good pitch by Gannon to the outside with that slider. And he gets swing and miss out of Greg Kelly.
So now back up to Harley. Harley didn't fare too well in the first at bat. I think Tom used some of the stuff that he knows, advanced scouting report. See if Harley can make the adjustment.
Oh, yeah, that is. Yeah, I did mention that Harley has seen his Vipers team several times, but at the same time, Tanik is a very, very wily coach, and he knows where Harley's weak spots might be, and I'm sure that information has been passed on to Gannon.
There's that changeup.
Tom struggling with his release point on that. He has not really gone to his entire repertoire here, struggling to find his first couple of pitches.
But he's always got that. He's always got the little slide piece that's going to just stay on plane and come right into the middle of the zone. Harley pulled off that one just a little, looking to do damage instead of just putting that ball in play.
There's that same changeup. Finger pops out of the ball. Radar gun reads it a little slower because of so. And Harley takes strike 3, 2 outs.
Now the ever dangerous Taylor Bryner,
Yeah,
even with one hand.
I'm not even sure if anybody in the league knows exactly what to do with Taylor right now. It's very odd facing him. I feel like his reach is really good to the outside with the one arm because he can really extend it.
Yeah.
He's not tied up at all. I think getting it in on him is the best bet. Tom leaves that where Taylor can handle it. Taylor does just spoil it. Count goes to 1-2. Bottom of the second inning here. We play 3 games tonight. This is game 1. Tom
Big 12-6 to the Gold Glover. Easy play.
See that stopwatch up on the screen? 5 seconds on that contact. It hits the backstop. 4-5-1 there. Just enough time to make that play for Trench. No rush. And we are through 2 innings here and the rematch of the championship series from last year. 2-1 Vipers.
Yeah, I expect a lot of the same. Offenses seem to be struggling just a little bit, and I can't explain it. We had a winter season, everybody got a break, but people were out here almost every day, getting plenty of BP, getting plenty of practice. Pitching's obviously gotten better, but this is a hitter's weather.
Oh, you nailed it, Brad. The pitching has just gotten better. It's just that simple. There's no way around it anymore. These teams, it used to be to the point where, James Stein's on the mound, nobody's scoring any runs, but then once James Stein's not on the mound, all of a sudden the Night Owls don't have anybody to really get anybody out, so the drop-off is incredible out here. But now that these staffs are a little deeper, these teams are able to maneuver a little bit, maybe wield their ace as more of a weapon instead of a needed entity out there, and mix it up a little bit. Here's Weber back out there, his second inning of work.
Cody Giordano, rookie, going to face a veteran. Again, I still think Shane's going to go right at him.
There, ball down the line. Giordano, look at Harley laying out for that ball. I don't know if he stopped it. I could not tell. I do not believe he did. He did.
So we kind of lean on the honesty of the outfielders on that one, and I think nobody's going to argue with David Harley. Effort was there, and he kept the ball in front.
I thought he kept it in front at first when I saw it. It was very difficult to tell, though, and he is held to first on a single. It's a big difference in this league, holding him at first base, keeping that double play in order. When you're on second base, any clean single scores. So they still got to piece together an extra base hit or a couple of hits here to get him in.
Yeah, we need to change the camera. They're working on it, guys. I'm sure they are. I know you don't want to look at my ugly mug all night.
Good pitch by Weber. Get up in the count. 1-2 here.
Oh, another one. Another little flare to right. Goes
Instant
first
replay.
To third.
Same
Instant
hit.
replay.
And because that's to the right side, the guy on first goes to third base on a single, a clean single to right. We'll move that guy from first to third. Puts the sac fly in order here once again. This is where the big spot in this league develops in the middle infield. If a middle infielder attempts a double play, the runner on third would score, but with one out already, if they complete the double play, they don't score.
Yeah, so you've got, this is where the damage can happen.
If the middle infielder just holds the ball at second base, you get your force out, and the runner on third will hold.
Got him. David
Line
Harley.
drive to right field. Harley comes up with the cannon and throws Tavano out at the plate. Actually, that was Giordano out at the plate.
Wow, what a great play. What a great play. David Harley showing you why he's one of the best outfielders in the league. And that wasn't that close.
It was not. You see Giordano go to a full head-first dive to get into the plate there. Not exactly sure about that, but it looked like it wasn't going to make a difference either way. Well, there was nobody out, so now there's 2 outs. Okay.
I wouldn't have sent him, not with who was on deck. Justin Hicks on deck.
Yeah, the Lightning made a large error last Friday with the same thing as we got thrown out at the plate. It really took us out of an inning.
Momentum changer for sure.
A lot of spin on that. Kelly knocks it down. Caps picks it up. Easy flip to Santillanes at second for the force out, and the Snappers get out of the inning with no damage.
Wow.
Looking to get back in this game and tie it up.
Wow. I have no words. First and third, nobody out, and you don't score with Tanik and Hicks. Wow.
Don't underestimate this play by Jesse Caps at third base, too. That ball was smoked, and it had a ridiculous side spin on it. It didn't bounce clean at all. It bounced off to his left. He was able to get a body, a shoulder, or something on it, and it got it for the force out. Very great play.
So that play at home, all Harley has to do is hit the backstop. It can bounce. It doesn't have to be clean in the air, and he just has to beat the runner touching home plate, or our version of home plate, which is the plate that sits in front of there. And he beat him by a good step and a half.
Yeah, the mistake was that he had a full head of momentum coming forward when he caught that ball, so he was able to get a lot on that throw. I think that was a risky send, and Harley made them pay.
All right, now we got Tom Gannon facing Shane Weber. Snappers looking get a little offense. Turn that defensive spark into a little offense.
Snappers have won a lot of 5-3 games over the years. They
Fouled that back over our heads.
The best team you're watching, the two best teams in this WIFFLE League right here, playoffs, Snappers, Sandvipers. The ones maybe have an argument there, but this was the championship game last season.
And historically, they have the most wins between the two of them.
Correct. They have the two most winning franchises in the PLW.
What, like a 70% clip?
I have their records. They were 80, 83 and 39.
There's a drive.
No.
What a catch.
He caught that, huh? I thought he might have trapped it, but he's got it. The umpires both have an out. Oh, he's got that. You can see him. He's got his hand underneath that. What a catch. I thought for sure that was going to land in there, Brad. I can't believe he got his hand under it.
What a great play. What a great play. Rookie making his way right off the bat.
Playing wiffle ball in the outfield, there's one thing you do have to understand coming over from baseball. The ball falls out of the sky just a little bit slower, so you think, I can't get to that, and then it lands 3 feet to your left. You're like, oh my gosh, I might have been able to make a play on that. You can't give up on balls out here. You got to go after them hard.
Yeah. I think everybody knows how to pitch to Manny. If you just throw it in the strike, more often than not, he's going to get himself out.
I think you work it up to Manny.
Yeah.
I like going up.
Yeah.
He's got a good swing. He drops his hands well on the bat. Tom has his advice, though. 1 out, and he's going to attack Santillanes. This is in Nevada. We are at Hideaway Field. The PLW is developing a secondary and a third league as we go here. It's going to be set up kind of like the European soccer leagues, where you have to earn your way into the league by promotion and relegation. And anybody can come enter a team into one of the secondary leagues, get better, and take their shot to get into the PLW.
Yeah, for sure. Good luck.
I can run a mile. Don't you worry about me. A lot of spin on that. A rookie gets his hands on it. That is number 1, Marc Tavano.
And let me go. Sandviper is probably one of the more vocal teams. Talking with 6 players on such a condensed field. You know, the field's about half the size, maybe a third of the size of a major league.
A third, yeah.
And we have 2/3 of the players, so it's very tight quarters.
Yeah, it is. We played with 5 guys for a couple of seasons, and we went to 6 last season. It was a success. And you definitely have to have amazing communication on the wiffle ball diamond, on ground balls, on fly balls. Know where your guys are. When you go to the ground on the infield, sometimes it's a better idea to give it to one of your partners to make an easier throw.
There's that changeup again. And to the gold glover, the hands are clapped, you're out.
When Tom calls it, you get out of the way and you let Tom catch it. That is how the Sandvipers work. And we are through 3 full innings, halfway through. Vipers 2, Snappers 1.
Yeah, so I like where they're at. This is a classic game between these two teams. Both are built on, it sounds funny, but both these teams are defense and pitching first. They also happen to have great offenses, but these guys are pitching based, especially when Taylor's at full strength and J-Dub is here. But they're based on defense. Balls in play are getting fielded by these guys, and it's good to watch. I like watching these games. It's fun to watch for me.
Yeah, it was a very good defensive show by the Sandvipers in the championship series last season. Both games were very close. I mean, they were able to grab both of them and win that best-of-3 series and take the Fall League Championship. This is season 4 here you're watching. Week 2, we play 18 weeks, 6-inning games, 3 games a night. Back to the mound for his 3rd inning of work, Shane Weber. Here's Tom. Hasn't really done much yet. Usually that doesn't last. Big swing and a miss. A little tip I think he got. Weber ahead quickly, 0-2.
Temp tonight's about 100 degrees warmer than it was last night.
Yeah, it's okay night. It's okay night. It's really calm.
What a pitch by Shane, going right after him.
Shane Weber works quickly, works smart. The Taco League plays here at the same field.
Oh, Michael Aguirre showed us up. Very nice.
Michael Aguirre is not on the Snappers roster any longer. He had been released. He cleared waivers. He is a free agent, and I expect somebody to pick him up at some point. I believe he's supposed to be out of the country a little bit, so that's a little reason why. Trench, Weber slows it down a little bit at 49 and out in front.
I like the changeup as the other go pitch. 50 to 55 is a big difference at 40 feet. Where Shane's letting it go, it's 43 feet, but by the time he lets it go, it's 40 feet. It's a big difference. It's like having a 15-mile-an-hour difference in your fastball changeup in baseball.
So it's actually 43 feet to the tin.
To the tin.
So to the actual plate there where it's going by the batter, where you would measure that in the majors, it's only about 40 feet. And by the time the pitcher actually, a long pitcher releases, there's Caps, another great, quick to the ground. He's worked on his throwing so much in the Taco League, and he is a Gold Glover to be.
Yeah, it takes the time. You see him take a look down, make sure he's got the holes how he wants it when he throws. You're going to see a lot of the quality infielders when they field it clean. They take the time when they're getting up to look at the holes. Some guys like them up, some guys like them down. Whatever works for them. You'll watch Justin Hicks, make sure he's got the holes right. It's just a flick of the wrist for these guys to throw that ball, and these guys are on the money every time. But you'll find all these guys taking it. It's the rookies that don't know 5 seconds in their head, and they'll just grab the ball, and that's when you'll see somebody sail one or bounce one because they're rushing.
Shortstop play this season, as I mentioned about 10 minutes ago, has been very shoddy. But you are watching the two best shortstops in the league, in my opinion, here in Hicks and Cap, so I wouldn't expect much shoddy play out of shortstops tonight. Expect to see some elite plays out here. Here's Gannon back on the hill with his 2-1 lead. 9 outs to go. Change up low. He's missed with that change up low all game. See if he can find that release point. Although he can't really get hurt down there. Greg Kelly smashes one. Picone right to Hicks, almost like he planned it. What a reaction time by Trench. We've seen that ball get down the line all week, but not by Picone, man.
Yeah, so you're going to see a lot of the third base guys are reactionary guys. Greg Kelly, Trench Picone, Ethan Wickfield, Alonso Valencia. Go to hockey goalie. Keep it in front of you. Give yourself a chance.
I mean, it's possible Gannon, Picone, and Hicks could all win Gold Gloves, and that's the entire left side of their defense.
Yeah.
Harley swings at a pitch way over his head there. Maybe he's pressing a little bit out here.
Yeah.
It's a tough spot for him. I don't expect to see him in the one hole as we go forward.
Speeding him up. Good eye. Good take. Good take.
Gannon seeing if he'll chase something hot again. It's 55 and under to get a called strike here in this league. Recognizing pitches that are hot, very important. That's not hot. That's a beautiful change up to the outside, and Gannon might have found his pitch that he's been struggling with.
Yeah, when he finds a release point, I always quote Tom Gannon to somebody from our generation, Tom Glavine. If he gets through the first, he gets better as the game goes.
He is a little bit of built like Glavine as well. The tall, thin build, the long arm release. I can see a little bit of Glavine in Tom.
And he just happens to be lefty from Massachusetts.
Yeah, you're right about that. There's Taylor. Again, it's a little weird working to him with this one hand. He kind of really don't know what he can handle and what he can't handle. And nobody has really figured it out yet. I'm not even sure if Taylor has.
I also don't think anybody wants to find out.
No, they don't, but Tom throws another good pitch, jams him just a little bit. Taylor flies out. Tom works another 1, 2, 3 inning, and we're through 4 now. Game moving right along.
2-1, moving right along. Kind of sweating both sides of your wiffle point wager. So, I mean, this is good stuff. Again, these teams are built on pitching and defense, and they're showing it. The offenses will catch up, but even when there was a first and third and nobody out, and the guys that you won up for the Sandvipers and the Snappers got their way out of it and kept the game 2-1. It's just going to be 1 inning. I think it's going to be the first team to 3 wins. 2-1 does not win this game, in my opinion. It's going to be, you need at least another one. So maybe this bottom of this order can turn this over to Tanik again, Tanik and Hicks, and they're going to put a crooked number up right here.
As the season moves along, I think we're going to see a lot less sacrifice fly attempts as outs become really hard to come by, and you cannot give those outs away. That's rocketed. That curved a ton. You can see Greg Kelly moving a step to his right and the ball going by his left side. That ball slidered on him a good 3 feet, and you got a double. Who hit that? That's Tavano.
Tavano, 2 hits tonight. That's awesome. That's another great swing off a good pitcher.
Adam very high on Tavano here. There's Adam trying to get off the schneid here this season.
Yeah, struggling just a little bit.
Adam has seen Weber, I would say, 40 times in real game situations now through 4 seasons. Very familiar with him.
I think only 40?
Yeah, it's probably higher, huh?
Yeah.
We had a couple of preseason seasons as well.
No
Big
short
swing.
swings for the
Yeah.
for Tanik.
No
He's
kidding.
going for the bombs every time.
Not getting cheated. Full count. Weber sneaks another one by him.
Yeah.
Big hacks by Tanik.
Buck Burner knows a good hack when he sees one, and that was a hack.
Here comes Hicks. Hicks done all the damage for the Vipers in this game with a 2-run double back in this third.
Here comes another one right here.
And he hits it hard. It's a base hit. It's clean. It's going to score the run from second base. And the Vipers add an insurance run and go up 3-1 here in the fifth.
Yeah, I might be light on my RBIs. It might be closer to 80.
He's got all three this game. And he's looking like a force to be reckoned with first base open there. Yeah, maybe you want to kind of work around him a little bit. But
Then you get to Tom Gannon. Is there any...
that smash, too, and the spin on that is no different than the last one. That's to the right side. It's going to move Hicks over to third base.
He touched it.
Ooh, a finger. Pitcher? Gregg Kelly at second base did get a finger on that ball. It did move funny when it went past him, so that makes some sense. It's going to hold up Hicks at second. It becomes a dirty single.
So only one base. Anything dirty is only one base. You only get the number of bases that you get for the hit for the runner in front. Clean base is a little bit different.
Got that pole up there, guys. Will the Sandvipers cover 1.5? So far, it's 9-0. Yes. Weber tries to quick pitch Trench a little bit. Trench steps out of the box. It's going to be a no pitch. There are no balks here in Premier League Wiffle.
Yeah, Weber, a quick worker, likes to get people out in front. And Trench is a quick worker, so I can see this gamesmanship transferring in Game 3 when Trench starts.
I agree. It's going to fill the count up here. I can see a single from Trench right here. Turns it over a little bit, spoils it. Going to see another 3-2 pitch. One walk for Weber, right?
Yeah,
one walk for Weber.
One walk for Weber.
Expect a strike here. Does not want to roll this lineup. Just high, Weber out. 4 innings of work for Weber.
4, just 3. Came in the second, third, fourth, fifth. No, that's right.
Yeah,
It's 4 innings.
4 innings for the Weber, and it's guy throws a complete game. It's 6 innings, but now they have 2 walkouts. Now they're looking at 8 innings.
Yeah, so they've
to
got
get
6
through this
innings.
game.
6 innings against them already, and now you're going to even at one-handed. Taylor still pitching's not his issue, so should be. The fact that he walked out in the first series was amazing to me.
This has been the Snappers' method all along. They play around a little bit because they know they have TB7 here, Taylor Bryner, to come in and get them out of trouble. So they're able to work some other guys in, and that's a big deal. Player development out here is way bigger than I thought it was going to be when this started, and the Snappers developed their players a little sooner by getting them reps in spots that they were able to, and it's really paid off here now in Season 4. And here we are, though, back with an old theme of bases loaded, 1 out, and Taylor has got to save the day here to give the Snappers a chance to win this game. Any more damage here is going to pretty much end this game.
So now you got the rookies up. This is where Taylor. If you haven't seen Taylor, maybe that's better for you.
Maybe. Taylor throws a very heavy, tumbling ball. He throws everything from the same release point. 56, 1 mile an hour hot. Giordano catches a break and goes to 1-1. Done for the game. 2 walks, done for the game, not the night. You get 9 innings on the night. So you could walk out. You could walk 6 guys in a night if you walk out of all 3 games. .54. Taylor takes a little off. A heavy ball. You can hear it really thunking against that pan there.
And both of his misses have been just right off the strike zone. So
Taylor makes it as simple as possible. He just has that release point out in front of him, and he's just twisting, almost like he's throwing a dart under super control.
yeah. He's found his release point, I think. I think we're going to see some top flight Taylor Bryner tonight. No wind. A lot of rookies in the lineup.
Tavano already has a hit this inning. He's down 0-2 here. Taylor speeds it up on him. You see, Tavano does recognize it. Lays off of that 63-mile-an-hour pitch. He might not have been able to hit that one anyways.
Wear it.
The batter is responsible for moving out of the way. The strike zone is behind you. If you are going to take, you must let that ball travel. That wasn't close, though. Gets a piece.
Got a piece.
Into the zone. Catcher's going to drop the first 2-strike foul into the zone. If it happens again, it will be a strikeout. Another 2-2 pitch. Another good swing. Spoils it back. Big moment in the game here. This could really move the momentum to the Snappers' court. A hit here could end it. Good take.
Good
Count
take.
fills up. Taylor Bryner had 6 walks in like 78 innings last season. It's certainly not something we see a lot of from him. That's hit well. That's hit deep. But Harley is up and he gets over the wall. Makes an insane catch to keep the Snappers in the game.
Wow. Harley proving his worth right there. 10 teams passed on him, and we got 9 teams regretting it.
What timing on that jump, like a gazelle across that wall warning track. Perfect timing, and catches it before it catches any of those trees behind that you see there, and the Snappers are still alive here, down 3-1, as Gannon takes the mound for his 5th inning of work.
Yeah, but hang a star on that one. That one was a great play. You won't see any better play.
And if you're just tuning in, the David Harley Jr., the man you saw make that catch, won the championship with this Vipers team last season. He was waived this week. Nobody put in a waiver claim for him, as you heard Brad mention, and the 10th team in the waiver priority was able to pick him up and put him right in the starting lineup. I'm not sure about leading him off here, Brad, but I definitely am sure about playing him in center field.
Well, with Michael Aguirre not being on the roster, you have to replace Michael, and Harley shows up every week. He'll find hitting. I think he's a 250 hitter by the end of the season. But his defense...
I don't know if a lot of guys are 250 hitters anymore. It seems like the pitching has gotten so strong. The defense has gotten so strong, this extra fielder. But as the weather does warm up, we should see averages start to come back up. And
God, I hope so.
More games of the 11-9 nature.
But he keeps his team in the game. Top of the 6th.
You see a
Oh,
couple.
excuse me. Can't be top of the 6th.
Top 5.
Top 5.
A couple of quick balls to Weber
Gotta
again.
be bottom 5. Bottom 5. Snappers are the home team. Gotta be bottom 5.
Yep. Bottom 5 guys down there. Bottom 5 in the booth. Nasty pitch by Tom. He comes right back after falling behind and throws 2 quick strikes. Weber frozen on both. 1 out. Here's Santillanes, who does account for the 1 Snappers run with a solo home run in the 3rd.
And Tom's not going to walk him here. You got a 2-run lead. He's going right at it.
Yeah, I'd expect strikes here. I don't even think he's going to play around much here.
If he hits it, he hits it.
Smart
You got a 2-run lead. Go right at him. Great pitch from Tom there.
We have not seen Tom go to that submarine screwball, that submarine slider that he's really worked hard on over the winter, and he featured a lot in week 1. And we haven't seen that yet.
With having such a tough time with his release point, I don't think he's going to go to something fancy here. Not with this close of a game.
I agree as well here, Brad. Very good point. A lot of change-ups. Just foul down the line. Lead umpire Buck Bryner with a great look at it. Probably 1-inch foul. Count remains 1-2. Looked like it was quick, but it's only 53. It's that bread and butter slider. Snappers having trouble with it here in game 1.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised if the Snappers are a little uncomfortable. They like to be third base dugout. With the new situation, they had to go to the right field dugout. That might be a little...
Very minor points then. And Snappers did ask the Vipers if they would switch dugouts with them, and the Vipers said no, with the home dugout is on the left side and the visitor dugout is on the right side. So the Snappers this is the first time they've been over there in a good season and a half.
Yeah, so home team, you got to be on the first base side, visitors on the third base, and they asked, and I think every team is going to make them be uncomfortable.
I agree. I don't see any reason to give in all the little details we've made such a point to address. That's a well-hit ball. Brandon Gregg with a single. Brings the tying run to the plate here with 2 outs.
Yeah, and Greg Kelly's been known to get into one. Like, when he swings and hits it, he's got a tennis player. He's got enough bat speed.
Greg.
Tom misses with something, that little get-me-over slider in the middle of the plate. Don't be surprised.
Greg Kelly did win the summer tournament with a 2-run bomb in the bottom of the 6th inning. His Night Owls at that point was an amazing situation. He hit that off of Tanik. Good swing, but he rolls it over. Hicks with the easy flip to second.
And we go to the top of the 6th, 3-1. Tom Gannon, being a master, being, again, early favorite for Cy Young. I think Tom's been overshadowed for 3 seasons. Maybe the nastiest stuff in the league, just doesn't have the record to show for it.
You're watching live here from Hideaway Field in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. We got a very still night. Premier League Wiffle Thursday night. Chad Phillips here with Brad Ogden. We're through 5 innings, and the Vipers have a 3-1 lead. Looking strong on defense. Tom Gannon looking strong on the mound. Several hits. Snappers on their 3rd pitcher here, and Taylor Bryner. Brandon Gregg got the start. Shane Weber, a few innings in the middle, and now Taylor in to try and keep them within range to take a shot in the last inning to tie this up. If you got the Snappers plus 1.5, you're looking for 1 run at least in the bottom of the 6th. Pay off those wiffle points, but the Snappers are thinking of 2 runs.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to add Michael Dean to the bottom of the order, get him an at bat here. Michael Dean will. Again, he's more of a defensive specialist, but they're looking to get him some at-bats, and I think it's a good spot against a quality pitcher that's going to throw strikes to see if he can roll this lineup over. He's going to not empty the bench, but get a couple of guys some swings here.
Is this this is the 7-hole here right now?
Yeah, it looks like
okay,
this is the
7
7
hole. They want to get a guy on base in front of Tanik and Hicks at the top of the lineup. I like this move. Dean hits a rocket, but caps for the 4th time this game. We see go down. So smooth, makes a great play with those hands. He's really setting the bar for a shortstop play in this league right now.
Oh, yeah. I got to watch a lot of it with the Barons. He's really smooth over there, getting a whole lot better.
He hears names like Couts and Merciel thrown around all the time, and he says, hey, guys, I'm the best shortstop in this league still.
Defensively, he's definitely up there.
He is. He has become a fantastic infielder. He catches balls over his head as well as anybody. Ooh, you don't see Taylor miss a pitch by that much very often. That's a hard grounder. Brandon Gregg stays down on it, makes the easy throw, and the Snappers have 2 quick outs here in the 6th.
So they added a 7th and an 8th to give 2 guys a swing, taking the chance that they could get on base in front of Tanik and Hicks. But now Adam gets on base, you still get Hicks. You got to face Hicks one more time.
Now that Snappers lineup is 8 deep for the rest of this game, though. They can't retract once they've added. I mean, the Sandvipers. So if the Snappers are able to tie this up, the Sandvipers will be having that 8-man lineup in extra innings, which could come back to hurt them. Wow, the strike zone and went out into the parking lot, I think. Taylor drops down to the side, but it is hot, 58 miles per hour. I think it's 3-1, but I could be wrong. Yeah, 3-1. Adam with a big swing, a hard ground ball. Gregg stays down on it, knocks it down with his chest, gets up, makes a good throw. 3 ground balls for Taylor Bryner, and the Snappers chasing 2 here in the bottom of the 6th, seeing if they can get this game tied up.
Yeah, so they're going to be chasing 2. Home team against Tom Gannon. Haven't had a lot of success, but Gannon's been known to give up, a bloop and a blast. And this is, if Shane Weber gets to bat, if TB7 gets to bat, they have power in this lineup. And Manny Santillanes just made it out, so they got to get a hit from the bottom.
They're in the top right now. Number 1 hitter up right now. So they're in the best part of their order they can be in. They can see if Harley can make an adjustment here, find a way on base in front of the big guns and give them a real chance.
I'd like to see him do it. I'd like to see it just because Harley's such a good guy. Like, he's a team guy, and I would love to see him do it. But Tom's looking really devastating out there.
David's going to have to show a little more discipline here, this at bat, if he wants a chance. He's gotten himself down in the count 0-2 all night. Gannon attacking. Let's see what Gannon goes with here. As a hush falls over Hideaway Field. Another nasty slider.
51 top pipe. Unhittable. It's
Outside
unhittable.
bar top pipe, not
Yeah,
just top pipe. That was all the way on that corner over there. And
It's unhittable.
it starts in the left-hander's batter's box like a foot and a half in, and it works its way back. And Harley once again down 0-2. And he speeds him up a little bit, and to the outside, it's hard to lay off a strike when you're down 0-2, even though it was going to be hot. But one quick out here. Here's Bryner. He's going to have to find a way on in front of Weber.
Oh, just missed that one. He wanted that one. Taylor's eyes were very big on that one. I thought for sure he was going to at least put that ball in play with some authority. Just missed it. Hit the bottom half of that ball.
Gannon with a good pitch. Taylor bloops it. A little Texas leaguer to get the Snappers rally rolling here in the 6th. Good piece of hitting by Bryner.
Yeah, absolutely. And now you're bringing up the dangerous Shane Weber.
That was the bloop. Now for the blast. Let's see what they can do. Weber, last summer season, had 29 home runs. I believe he had either 13 or 17 in the fall. I can't remember. The home run numbers were down a little in the fall.
Yeah, a little bit.
He still had a good chunk. He still qualified for the home run derby in the fall. He's found his bat as he pumps his fist a couple times.
Wonder Boy, that's their bat. That's probably been the same bat since season 1.
Shane is a very superstitious ball player. He chews the same gum. He walks the same way. He drives the same car. He leaves at the same time. A lot of little stuff that Shane does. Very superstitious out here. He's in the 3-hole here today. He's been a 2-hole hitter his whole career. Good take, and he finds himself up in the count 2-1. All of a sudden, this game has a different feel to it. Shane is going to be looking to hit one a long way on this pitch. See what Gannon comes with. A little change up. You can hear that pop, and Shane out in front a little bit, and a very effective pitch by Gannon.
I just don't think Tom's going to, with Adam behind you, got to go right at him here. I just don't think he's going to give Shane anything.
Yeah, well, Manny did hit a home run off of him earlier in the game, so it's not going to get any easier. Full count pitch. Slips away from Tom. Tom walks out of the game. His second walk here. He goes 5 1/3. Just gives up the one run. He's in line for the win. He cannot get the loss here. Tanik is going to come in and see if he can get 2 outs to lock this down for the Vipers.
So you go to Tanik, who finished the season with some ridiculous, the fall season with some ridiculous amount of.
It was like 25 scoreless innings in a row to end the season. That's not official. It might have been 22, it might have been 27, but it was a
ridiculous.
It was the record. It broke
the record.
Stein's 20 or 19 1/3.
19 1/3. I did a lot of research for that Stein one, by the way. Adam asked me to do it, and I found a bunch of records of like 18 2/3 innings that he did, and he comes out and obliterates that. And now you see a good pitcher with now their defense just got better. You have 3 Gold Glovers on the field.
Yep, all on the same side of the field.
Yeah.
So you might want to think about going opposite field here if you're the Snappers, as the left side of the field, it's going to be really tough to dunk one in.
But a clean double here ties the game. Clean double ties the game.
Yep. Tanik appears to be a very hittable pitcher. The pitches he's throwing look hittable, but he is extremely successful at mixing up hitters' timings and location and eye levels. He kind of knows what the hitter's looking for, and he goes somewhere else usually. So
And he's always up, so you're swinging down at it because he's hitting the top half of pipe and throwing that big blooper in there. It comes in over your head.
big hole in left center here. Manny with a hard ground ball. Trench knocks it down. Hicks with the easy step on second to second for the game. They have it at 4-6-1. Vipers win. One pitch from Tanik, and it's over.
Wow. That's all you got.
Look at Trench, Picone, and Jesse caps that game. Two amazing games on defense. Trench made that same play twice, bouncing back from his error last week, which he really down on. But it's a long season, Trench. Hang in there. You are going to make more plays than you don't. Excellent game. Vipers 3, Snappers 1.
So now that's the recipe that the Vipers had in week 1, and it's the the detriment that the Snappers had in week 1. They couldn't score runs when they needed to, and the Sandvipers doing just enough to win, winning on pitching and defense.
Well, thanks for watching Game 1, folks. We're going to be right back in just 20 seconds for Game number 2.
Two plays.
We're back for Game 2. Still riled by Trench Picone's fantastic double play to end that Game 1. Amazing. We're going to go to Game 2 here, see if I can get the starting pitchers. 5 seconds seems like way too long until it seems like it's not long at all. One little bobble, and that time starts really moving on you.
But you've also got guys that are veterans that are making these plays to make them look like it's not a... And that ball was hit extremely well, so that ball's at him in less than a second. Knocks it down, doing a great job. Oh, Michael
Aguirre here in the booth. He's on
snapper.
This is a free agent, Michael Aguirre. He's available to the league at this point. Michael, how do you feel about not being a snapper anymore?
You know, it's a different kind of feeling, man. That was my home team, man. I grew up with those people, you know. But I'm taking the season off because I'm preparing to go out the country for 6 months.
Very nice, very nice.
So I'll be taking off in March, but I'll be back in September. So I may not be a snapper again, but you know what? PLW is where it's at. You know?
You got it, Michael. It's
Absolutely.
great to have you down here. We love having you down here. Your athleticism is second to nobody out here, and we really enjoy watching you play. So we look forward to maybe in the fall season seeing you back out here with somebody else, maybe back with the Snappers even. You never know.
You never know, man.
See what happens, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Safe travels.
Thanks,
bud.
very much.
Yep.
Michael Aguirre, everybody.
Yeah, so 6 months out of the country.
If you haven't seen Michael Aguirre on the field, he's that guy that does that little backflip every time he hits a home run. And when he get called for the starting lineup, he does a straight backflip right in the field. He is a American Ninja Warrior. I heard he was in the top 10 in the country. I might be lying about that, but
I know that he did something. Him and Taylor were really into that last fall. They did some of the American Ninja Warrior stuff, and I know that he had advanced to certain points in the thing, and it might not have been televised, or he might have been on the telecast, one of those where, hey, this guy just qualified, not necessarily got it. So, but we got TB7 on the mound, Taylor Bryner, and then Tanik going to be facing Adam Tanik. So you got arguably the two best pitchers in the league since the inception of the league.
the two most accomplished,
Yes, most accomplished.
absolutely, Taylor and Tanik are. This is a heavyweight war here, and you saw Tanik and Taylor both finish up Game 1. We're going to get to see them both keep going here in Game 2. Snapper's going to be looking to win this one, force a rubber match.
Yeah, so I look for Taylor to pitch as long as he can today, trying to get that win. He can't win this, so they got to get a win here. You don't want to start off 2-4, 1-5. You don't want to get swept. It's a long hill to climb because it's not. There's no easy wins this season in the PLW. I think every team has the opportunity to win a series against any team on any weekend.
All right, we got that WIFFLE line up once again. It looks like it's going to be the same line. Sandvipers are a 1.5-point favorite. A little bit more money has come in on the Sandvipers so far. Get those WIFFLE points in. We'll try and leave those lines open until there is a point of contention here. Big swing by Tanik, and Taylor sneaks one inside on him. It looks like you're getting about plus 160, 170 on your money on the Snappers right now. A little bit less now as some money comes in on them.
I like the plus money, plus the
Plus
the
points,
point,
plus money.
Yeah, I'll
absolutely.
take that.
That's a Dodos bet right there. That's a system play from Dodos, as you hear. Big bet comes in on the Snappers there. And it looks like the Snappers have more money than the Vipers now. It's a pick 'em now. Look at this, 99,000, 98,000. Wow. Tanik hits one deep, hits one far, it's gone! Tanik's second home run of the season puts the Vipers up to start the game, and Brad, Adam has a little thing that he likes to do. He likes to hit a home run to lead off the game. He feels like it relaxes his team and settles everybody in.
Yeah, so in this league, we don't put our best hitters in the 2, 3, or 4 hole. Our best hitters lead off so they can get as many at-bats over the course of a season. And in 54 games, he might get an extra 25 at-bats this season.
Absolutely. When you're batting first, you're also batting 25th, and that's kind of where the line is. If you're hitting 26th or 27th at the end, you might not come up that 5th time, but in that leadoff spot, you end up getting that 5th and sometimes 6th plate appearance and really get a good look by the end of the game. All these players chasing Trevor Bauer's performance from Monday night. 5 home runs, most of them opposite field. Extremely impressive power he displayed.
Yeah, 5 home runs, 5 RBIs.
Yeah, he's about a 40 to 1 favorite right now to take Player of the Week, and I'm not sure who's going to be able to put up a better position here this week. As you see a 2-2 count here to Hicks. He hits one hard. He hits one deep, but Harley ranges over. That probably would have got over the fence if Harley wasn't there, but he puts his hands up and makes a far easier catch than he made last game.
Yeah. Harley, I think Harley had a beat on Tanik. It was just about maybe 8 feet too far because Harley literally was standing right there. If he thought he could get it, he would have made a jump.
Tanik got enough of it, got it just high enough. It's going to bring up Gannon here. Not a very good game with the stick in game 1. Let's see if he can heat up. It's a good pitch to the outside, but it is a little bit over the speed limit. It's going to be ball 1, 55 or under to get called strikes.
Over 250,000 wiffle ball points have been wagered in this game.
Keep that money in. That line is coming up. It looks like the Vipers have... Oh, that's hit hard, and it sneaks by Gregg. Gannon with his first hit of the night, I believe.
Yeah. So here come the Vipers, and this is... Taylor kind of struggled in his start last week as well. Kind of got hit hard by the Bombers.
Yeah, in about 300 career PLW innings. That was the first time Taylor has ever put 8 guys on base in 1 inning. And that was
6 hits in a row, I think.
It was, a walk and 5 hits, I think it was, and he really struggled out there. His pitches were no different, though. People were just finding holes, dunking them in, finding that 5-6 hole. He does start Trench off with a strike, and Trench has got a battle now. Screwball, a little high, Caps, automatic.
Cap's doing his best Tom Gannon impersonation. Gave us a little clap. If you see Tom Gannon clapping his hands in the outfield, you, my friend, are out.
That's hit. Taylor can't field it. He only has one hand. You see him go down with 2 hands to field it, but he's got a big block on one of his hands. Unable to do it, but the shortstop right behind him. Easy play. Just a leadoff bomb by Tanik puts the Vipers up 1-0 here in the first.
1-0 first. He takes the mound with a 1-0 lead. Again, this one's going to be, I don't know what the over-under would be. I wouldn't make it 4. We had in the first game. I'm thinking your 6.5 is the over-under. There's going to be a little bit more offense in this game. There's no wind what to speak of. I mean, I don't know why that is, but hey, the Legends aren't playing, so there's no wind.
Yeah, the wiffle points don't really come from us. It's the market is the market. So the Sandvipers, if that was just one person making those 2 bets, whoever bet the 160,000 on the Sandvipers would win the 106,000 on the Snappers. Hence about a -150 odds to lay that. So it's -1.5, -150 right now. The pool plays itself.
Yeah, and you get wiffle points by tuning into the stream, by subscribing, by donating subs, by cheering points. This is how you gain wiffle points.
If you look at the bottom left of your screen, there's a little white block there that says PLW. If you touch that block every 10 or 15 minutes, I'm not exactly sure how it works, that will keep popping up active, and you can keep collecting 60 wiffle points down there by just clicking that button. If you vote in the polls, you get points. You get points for everything on there. You can turn those points into our PLW shop. If you go to PremierLeagueWiffle.com, you can see all the wonderful gear. We got Brandon Gregg leading off here in the bottom of the first. They have got Harley out of that leadoff spot. They don't have Taylor for that leadoff spot, and they don't want to put Shane there. So they're experimenting with a leadoff hitter here tonight so they can keep Bryner and Weber in the 2 and 3 hole. Brandon Gregg has had a lot of good singles over the past year.
There's Adam Tanik. You'll see he has an easy 58. He's probably one of the hardest throwers in the league when he wants it.
Oh, Adam can definitely hit 90 on that gun if asked to.
Tried to hit that top pipe and just missed it.
That's hit. It's just up in the air, though. Can of corn. Who's that out there?
That's the newest guy. I don't know.
Is that Kenny McDowell? I think it is. Yeah. Kenny McDowell. Pickup. They used their free agent chip. Every team was given 1 free agent chip to sign any player anywhere at any time, and they used their chip to pick up that young man this week, Kenny McDowell, after they waived Harley. Santillanes with a big swing. Adam loves to throw that tumbling, high, rolling pitch for that top bar. It's really tough to handle. It's different than most pitchers in this league. No, a subscription, if you have an Amazon account, Amazon Prime account, you can connect that Amazon Prime account for one free Twitch subscription. So yes, it is free, but pony up to $5. You can do it. Line drive, it does bounce, but Hicks has a cannon, and it won't matter. Easy out, 2 down for Tanik.
482 viewers on a Thursday night watching a rematch of the championship series from last season.
Right now, it's 3-1 Vipers against the 1-3 Snappers. So this all of a sudden becomes a pretty big game for these Snappers. They don't want to get behind the 8 ball to start the season off. We got Hicks at short. We got Trench at third. Gannon in center. As we saw McDowell make that play out in right, and it looks like Marc Tavano playing second base.
I think Tavano's just going to be their second baseman. He's going to be the guy.
It looks like that's the case. I think we're looking at the Snappers infield basically for the year in Picone, Hicks, and Tavano as we see Tanik throw one of those high rolling, I don't know what you call it. It's not even a drop really. It's
just a tumbler.
It's like an ephus.
Just a tumbler. Hey, if you guys are watching on TikTok, come on over to Twitch. You're only watching one angle. Come to twitch.tv/Premier League Wiffle or Premier Wiffle, and you'll get multiple camera angles, 2 announcers, all kinds of graphics, and commentary. You can interact with people on the stream. Come on over.
You can see the speed limit over. You can see the timer running down. You see these infielders, how the pressure builds on some of the plays. A lot of plays end up, an infielder just can knock it down too. It's hard to field balls cleanly with your hands, as we've seen Jesse Capps do numerous times tonight. You just want to kind of bang them to the ground and use your team to help you out. A lot of times the 5 seconds is needed.
Yeah, we're only talking, 55, 60 feet to the bases? These exit velocities, guys, are in the high 80s, sometimes 90 miles an hour, and the ball will move. It's not like a baseball. There's no gloves.
I believe it's 52 feet to first and third base. I believe. We measured that a long time ago. It doesn't really matter, but I think it's just a little over 50 feet to the bases. You see 91 down the right field line, 93 down the left field line, and 113 to straightaway center. Very big yard. That's hit high, but it's in play. It's a tough one. Capps with a great play. He recovers, and there's not a lot of guys in the league that are catching that ball once it's halfway through there, Brad. Impressive play by Jesse Capps. We can almost give him a gold glove right now.
Well, he literally screamed, "Call it," because he was waiting for somebody to call it, and when it got to the point where nobody made him noise, he went and got it. You can hear him halfway through. Call it. Somebody call it.
He didn't think he could catch it, and he still did. Tanik hits one just as high with the opposite spin on it, and ranging over is Harley, I believe?
Yeah, Harley's going to be a staple in their outfield. I don't think he's going to miss a game. If he's here, he's in the outfield, guaranteed every time.
Here's Hicks. Adam has high praise for Hicks. He's definitely on that MVP ballot for this season. Brad has stated he's a favorite to win the RBI title. He had all 3 RBIs for the Vipers in Game 1.
I mean, that's the goal. Is there records that we think we can put up that nobody will match? Now we have new 54-game season. I mean, the 20 wins that Mayo had in season 1, I don't think that's going to happen again. It's just too hard to get multiple wins in a series with only 18 series. You can't start every game.
How about 33 home runs, Brad? Taylor Bryner's home run record. How does that pan out over 54 games? As you see Harley range over, make a smooth play again, and Taylor's out of the inning. 54 games, 33 home runs. What do you think? Can we beat that?
Not unless we have some windy days like we did in the spring season last year, where the wind blew out consistently for 3 or 4 weeks. I mean, you had that first spring season 1, where Hollis Hale, I think, hit 7 home runs in a series. Tanik hit 6 home runs in a series. Now, not that these guys aren't accomplished home run hitters, but the wind seemed to be blowing out every night.
What about Trevor Bauer? 5 home runs in a series. 33, 5 times 18 is 90. He's if he can hold that pace, geez.
Yeah, 90's not happening. But I would see 35. I think 15 wins is an accomplishment this year. I think you're going to have the highest saves in a season this year.
I agree with that, because the save was a little difficult to get, but adding that 6th inning requires a little more bullpen work. We've seen Adam Couts come in and get a few saves already. I believe
three this year.
He leads the league with 3 right now. Hard hit. Adam Tanik uses his chest, picks it up. Easy play. 4.26 on the main clock. Tanik just uses that big body of his to knock that down. You can see it kind of sprayed away from him. but it was under enough control. He was able to run it down.
And Adam Tanik stands, what, 6'5",
I believe that's
250 pounds? I mean, that's a large human being.
It is, and he is a extremely good wiffle ball player. To understate things just a little bit.
Really good athlete in general. So a lot of these guys are good athletes that also pick up wiffle ball.
Comes hot to Kelly a little bit. Tanik working quickly here. We're to 2-2. Oh, gotta see that one. That's heavy slider drop pitch. Jeez, Tanik really mixes up his pitching and his speeds better than anybody in this league, and that's why he's so effective. In real baseball, you know, guy's throwing a fastball 93 and he's throwing a changeup 82. There's a little bit of a gap there to adjust for, but out here, it can be anywhere in between his lob ephus pitch, which is in the mid-30s, and then he comes with 68, and it's hard to just decipher the difference. He'll use fast motion and throw it slow. He'll use slow motion and throw it fast. You really never know what's coming from him. That's right back to him, and he has an extremely easy 1-2-3 inning, 83 miles an hour into the backstop to close it out. And we are through 2 innings of play, and once again, the Vipers find themselves up 1-0.
Yeah, this has been their recipe. I mean, that's the first thing I looked at was team batting averages for week 1. Vipers hit like 231 as a team and went 2-1, scoring 8 runs in 3 games and won 2 of the 3 games, and they were in all 3 games. Sandvipers hit over 280. Snappers hit over 280, scored 11 runs in 3 games, and went 1-2.
Well, the Cajuns, let's talk about them for a brief second here. They had a series where they kind of got dominated by the Lightning, but they won 2 of 3 in that series. And then they had a series last night where they dominated the Legends to no end from what it looked like. But the Legends did the same thing, and they got that same game. So the Legends feel really good leaving the park. Wow, guys, we got a game tonight. We didn't play very good, and we won. And the Lightning leave the park last Friday like, we played great, and we still only won 1. So there's a lot of mindset out here. And,
they played great last night. The weather was a contributing factor, but they overcame the elements, and they played great. I mean, I have nothing but praise for them. They beat us. That last game was a great game. Two good pitchers. So.
Quick shout out to Casey Taravella on one of the most impressive performances I have seen on the mound in the PLW, dead to rights last night. He finds a complete game 2-1 win. Here's Bryner back out there, 57 to that really good pitch, but a little over. I don't think Tom felt that was over. I just think he couldn't hit it. We got another poll up there. Go ahead and vote and get some wiffle points to get that vote in. What is your favorite item in the merch store right now? I'm going to go with a Snappers tank top, I think. I think I'd look good in a Snappers tank top. What do you guys think? Gannon showing good discipline here at the plate tonight. Puts himself in the driver's seat, up 3-1. Bryner very likely going to come with a strike here. Look for Tom to be swinging. Taking all the way there, making Taylor throw another strike. It's going to be full.
I would say that he gets more angle because of his height, because he's definitely throwing downhill. I wouldn't say he gets more movement than anybody else on his 12-6.
52 to the outside, freezes Gannon. What is going on with this voting? Are these all Night Owls voting? 37 votes for a Night Owl hoodie? What are we going to do with a Night Owl hoodie?
Burn it.
37 votes. Come on, guys. Let's mix it up a little bit. Everybody wants a Night Owl hoodie.
I don't want a yoga mat.
Taylor getting ahead quickly of Picone. I believe that's the 3rd straight time Picone has found himself down 0-2.
J-Rock, nobody has the muscles to wear a tank top.
J-Rock, you don't have to. I mean, come on, man. We don't all have muscles like you. 1-2 pitch to Picone. Puts it right back in play. Tanik. 97 we got into the gun. 97. You can see Taylor excited to show off his arm there. That's no joke, fellas. We've seen him hit 109 with a crow hop. He's hit 100 from the mound as well. I believe 101 or 2, actually. 2 quick outs here for Bryner. Slow pitch. That's hit well. It's looking like it's in the gap, but it's Harley ranging over. I think he dropped it. It did. It got to the ground. It's going to be a single for Giordano. Wow, Harley really covers ground out there. That looked for sure to be a single off the bat, and he closed the distance there and almost made a great catch.
What a great...
Two-out single.
Two-out single.
It's going to bring up Tavano here. Nope. A little hot there. It's a good eye by the rookie Giordano as we have 65 votes for a Night Owl hoodie. Let's just close that vote down. I've seen enough.
Yeah, please.
Oh, gee. Tavano finds himself in the driver's seat here, 2-1.
Little count leverage to quote our good friend Jim Dodos.
Looking for a pitch he can handle here. That might have been it, but
he took it. I don't know if there's no walk available, so I mean, I don't like taking pitches from Taylor. He throws way too many strikes. You got to be aggressive.
Definitely. When you get ahead, start to attack him. Big swing and a miss, and that's a big out for Taylor because with Tanik in the on-deck circle, you can't roll that lineup with a couple of guys on. Games get out of hand quickly.
Yeah. So we talk about our lineup structure. I feel that the best hitter should probably bat leadoff, and maybe your third best hitter should bat in the sixth hole because that person is going to roll that lineup over, and maybe if your 4 and 5 guys get on base, it creates a chance for a big inning. I've been trying to construct the Legends lineup that way. Casey Taravella finished the season really hot, so we had him at the bottom of the lineup, and then I had Jason Stevenson hitting sixth in the first series. But I kind of like to have the better hitters kind of spread out your guys a little bit because that sixth hole, in my opinion, is probably right up there.
You need a patient guy in the sixth hole, a guy that's going to work the pitcher, take his walks, find some hits, and be able to get that lineup back to the top. I could make an argument that your best hitter hits 2, but I don't hate your best hitter hitting 1 either.
Yeah.
You better, if you do hit your best hitter 2, you better have somebody in that 1 hole that can hold his own.
Yeah.
And Tanik with a quick strike here to Gregg to start the third. Comes in the hot one, but it's not that hot. 56 only. And a little bit lucky Gregg is there, and we go to 1-2. High fastball, 63.
So there's the high fastball. Here comes the 12-6. He's changed his eye level with speed.
There it is. Good call. And he's not looking for that 63 to be a strike at all. He's just looking to change the timing of the hitter. And then he comes with a couple of heavy drop balls, and it fills the count up. Look for a cookie time. Tanik calls it out himself. And he wants Gregg to swing at the cookie, but he does not. And down he goes. Tom Gannon threw 6 innings in the first game.
Tanik got 1.
Adam threw 1. So Adam has 8 available, and Tom has 3 available right now. That's hit. That's a double play ball. It's a quick play. Looks like Hicks, who's got a hose, knocks him out at the plate. Middle panel of the backstop or the strike zone for a double play. And you can see the ease that Hicks shows in rolling that one.
And there we go, talking about him taking the time, look at the holes. He knows he's got the arm. Make sure the holes are lined up how he wants them. Make a good solid throw.
Yep, he probably is the best second baseman in the league with his ability to stop the ball, throw the ball, and turn quickly. A lot of guys have slower turns at second base. They need that ball, crow hop, second to get the release point, and we don't see a lot of quick turns at second. But 5 seconds is a long time when that ball has hit hard, and Tavano had that ball in Hicks's hands in a hurry. Tanik struggling with his control here a little. Gets down on Bryner. This is a tricky matchup for Tanik. That's hit well, and he dunks it in for a single. That double play looms large here. Taylor finds a 2-out hit.
And now here's a dangerous Shane Weber. Again, a bona fide power hitter. Probably in the top 5 lifetime home run hitter.
I would say maybe higher, Brad. I think it could be top 3.
Yeah, because that 29 that season was awesome.
Yeah. Maybe top 5. I think that's a fair guess. A couple of these hitters, Taylor and Shane, are tough matchups for Tanik. He's very good at fooling rookies. Oh, again, as I mentioned in the pregame, the shortstop play this season has been very shoddy, and Hicks lets an easy one go through his legs. Let's see if that comes back to bite the Vipers.
He tried to turn his body and make an easy flip instead of just knocking it down and throwing home. He already has the 2 outs. He tried to make the easy flip and just took his eye off the ball. You're
not going to see that one too many times this season. That's hit hard, and Picone is not going to make the same mistake. Get out of the inning. Gregg Kelly, nothing to show for that hard hit ball. Tough game out here, Brad.
Yeah, again, I think the offense will pick up as the weather gets warmer. But pitching, we've said it in the first game, we said it in the pregame, pitching is now, I think, maybe equal to hitting. Before, hitting was much better than the pitching overall. Now the pitching has caught up at least to where the hitting is.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. Last night you saw Nick Sansone from the Legends hit about 4 or 5 balls just on the screws, but he could not find a hole. And then you see Angela Day just dinking and dunking the ball around the field, finding holes all over the place. So
yeah,
there's a lot of luck on the BABIP, the batting average on balls in play out here, and you got to get your reps, and you can't analyze short-term stats out here on the wiffle ball field because they can lie.
We're talking, our biggest thing is balls in play. Put the ball in play, see what happens. You got to make guys you got to make guys feel the ball. You got to make them throw it. That's take the chance. You bounce one. Okay, now you got a guy at first. Somebody like a Sansone or a Bruce Huson or any guy in this lineup. Great.
Hicks wants to know if we can delete the error out of the system. Are you guys able to go back in and remove that error from the broadcast? No, we can't do it, just sorry.
I think we're going to clip it and keep replaying it.
Yeah, I think that's more likely.
Can we get that one to replace the trench lying face down? We just have...
Make up for it with a home run right here.
Okay.
That's hit hard, but down into the parking lot through the entrance. It's just a loud foul ball. We go to 1 and 2. .56. Tanik catches a break. What a pitch by Taylor. That was unhittable, but it's a ball over the 55-mile-per-hour speed limit. 2-2. Tanik turns on that. It's a fair ball for sure.
Fair ball. He touched it in fair territory, and it bounced off his hands.
Yeah, he was in fair ground when that ball hit him.
Out of play, so it's a double.
And it's going to be a double off of his hands.
Yeah, AK, I think you're right. So the top 5 is AK, Tanik.
It's a fair ball. Yeah, absolutely.
AK's in the top 5, and Weber is 4th. I think you're right, AK. AK, Adam Couts from the ones checking in.
So you can see, just like baseball, where that ball was contacted by Brandon Gregg, was in fair ground when it first contacted him. So it is a fair ball. It went out of play, extra base for Tanik, puts him on second. Good pitch by Taylor, working it to the outside, getting ahead of Hicks here.
Dangerous spot with the man in scoring position and the RBI machine that is Justin Hicks.
Screwball, which you see Taylor releases a little different than most of the screwball guys in this league. He was out in front of his body. He's putting that little twist on it. Comes with a hard slider and fills the count. There is a base open for Hicks. It's not the worst place for him. I'm not sure Taylor agrees. Good take by Hicks. Discipline he is showing here in his second season. It's going to put 2 on with nobody out for the Vipers. Tom Gannon, who got a hit in his first at-bat, struggled a little in the first game, but don't expect Tom to struggle for an entire night.
No, and this is a dangerous spot. There's no... then you got Trench on deck, who Trench is the all-time leader in career Grand Slam, so you don't want to pitch around Tom Gannon either, because damage can be done right here.
Look for Tom to be swinging on this first pitch. Oh, he takes it just hot, though. Taylor not running well with pocket radar tonight. Things coming a little hot out of his hands, and Gannon trying to get into the driver's seat here. He takes a big swing. That is a tricky play. It is Jesse Capps ranging over into foul ground with another fantastic play, keeping the Snappers in this game. Jeez, with those 2 big, long hands of his.
Another great play. Great play here. Now they can get out and get out of the inning.
Yeah, maybe it's the pants. Maybe we all should have those pants.
God, no. I wouldn't even wear those on the golf course.
Once again, it's supposed to represent all 10 PLW teams. He showed me the colors, and this is them, and this is them, and pretty fancy stuff out there, Jesse.
Well, I don't see any gold and black, thank goodness.
Big swing from Picone. 2 on, 1 out. Look for Trench to take a little bit softer swing this time. Try and put the ball in play here. Look for him to use the opposite field too. A ground ball to third base here is almost a certain double play. That's hit hard, and it's going to be an RBI single for Picone as Tanik comes around to score. 2-0 Vipers. Trench wants to hit 300, Brad. He wants to hit 300. He wants to hit 300. He wants to so bad, and he is on pace this season
Another great
to do
swing.
so.
First series he was great. This series, picking right up where he left off.
He certainly is. He's got a great approach at the plate. He's got a great compact swing. He understands when to take the bigger swing and when to just put one in play and get that RBI. That's hot. Clearly, Taylor trying to take advantage of the rookies out here, but it's not working right now. He's going to have to come with something a little slower for him. That's high. You see it go off of his back. 65 to the head would be a walk. 65 or more to the head is the only way you can get the hit by pitch in this league. Taylor screwball. It's rolled over. It's a double play ball. Jesse to third real fast. Gregg to second. To Gregg. It's 4-3-1. And the Snappers are out of the inning.
Wow, another great defensive play.
But Trench Picone with a 1-out single puts the Vipers up after 3.5, 2-0. Snappers are going to have to find some answers right now.
Yeah, they got to find some offense. One run. They got one run in 2 games, essentially, and they're not looking like they're putting any combinations together. No 2-hit innings. It's been a solo shot from Santillanes, and that's been the only offense.
Missing Johnny Castaneda appears to be a big deal this season. Last year, they were able to kind of skate along without really needing Castaneda most of the time, but as this league has gotten a lot stronger, they're going to need Johnny's presence out here to be that offensive force that they are known as in this league.
Yeah, and no J-Dub either, big left-handed plate. They released Chris Gershwinder, another big lefty. That's
3 big guys right there.
That's three big bats.
Yeah, it really is, and we'll see if the Snappers are able to find answers at the bottom of that order as this series moves along. Tanik in full control right now. Here's Caps getting an at-bat. I'm not sure who Caps is hitting for here. They might have added him to the bottom. It's possible. That's hit well, but it's called. Tom Gannon with that hand clap you referred to. Out.
Yeah, he claps his hands, book it, fly ball left.
Good piece by Caps. He can build off of that in his next plate appearance. That's hit, but it's up in the air. Ball's not really carrying at the wall under that scoreboard. That is Kenny McDowell making the play. That's 2 outs. Tanik 7 outs away from a Vipers series win and a shutout. That's an easy ground ball. We got a 4-pitch inning for Tanik. As you see, Tavano with a good, strong throw in plenty of time, and Tanik is moving right along.
Yeah, so they short up their defense by putting Gannon in the outfield. Tavano's proven that he can play infield in this league, play defense. Offense is there, so a good pickup by them. And you got, again, a great pitcher on the mound who knows how to get people out in wiffle ball.
Welcome, everyone. Hideaway Field here. Premier League Wiffle on a Thursday night. Tune in every Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. for a 3-game series here at Premier League Wiffle. We're at Hideaway Field once again in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada.
Nevada.
I got
not,
the hey,
it's
Nevada.
Not Nevada. It's
As
Nevada.
I get a standing O.
It's Nevada.
Yeah, my Massachusetts accent doesn't really work that word very well. I'm sorry, guys.
We don't do Nevada. It's Nevada.
I see an A, I say an A. You know, I don't know. Well, Taylor back out for the top of the 5th. Yeah, top of the 5th. We are flying along here through 4. Only 7:30 p.m. here. Quick series. Vipers looking to get their rookies on base here in front of the top of the order. I could see Tanik adding on to the lineup here potentially as well. If one of these rookies gets on, I think he gives another rookie a chance behind him.
Right on it, fouling it straight back. So the wiffle ball, same size as a baseball. The wiffle ball bat, even modified, is only about 40% the size of a big-headed barrel on a baseball bat. So when you hit a ball square with this, you're doing some things.
Definitely tough to square up. A lot of times you see those foul balls straight back with a real barrel bat that would be hit well and far. Taylor been living a little hot this game. He's struggling. Well, I think that was an intentional 62-mile-an-hour pitch.
Yeah, 100%.
Good take there. He fills the count. They are working Bryner hard. The Vipers are the most patient team in this league. You really got to make sure you throw them strikes. Ooh, and Taylor, just in the nick of time, finds that top bar as he's already working with one walk out there. And he's going to get to hang around a little longer.
He just missed it the pitch before. He was going right back to it. He was going back. He just missed it the time before. Now top of the order, Adam Tanik.
Big swing by Tanik. The 56 just hot. I'm not sure Tanik cares. I think he could handle that pitch. Oh, not in this league is going to get some votes here. Look at this. There they go. We do have another poll up. If you want to take a look at that poll, grab some more WIFFLE points. Will the Sandvipers win back-to-back championships?
I don't know if anybody's going to win the back-to-back championships. The league's too good.
.57 hot again from Tanik. From Taylor, I'm sorry.
TB7.
We go 2-2. Adam turns on a slider in, gets a good barrel on it, but foul down the line. See umpire Kyle Lohman down the line down there. We got Buck Bryner up here as well. Dennis O'Brien working as our third ump. That's hit hard, right by Lohman again down there in the umpire's box. We stay 2-2. The more pitches Tanik gets to see here, the more dangerous it gets for Taylor out on the mound. He goes to the side. Taylor knows how tough it is to throw Adam 3, 4, 5 pitches. And it's just going to be a single as it sputters out over by the wall. Weber rolls over, picks it up. And the Vipers have a one-out base runner here for Hicks.
So one of my takes was, of the 6 teams that made the playoffs last season, 3 will not make the playoffs this season.
Wow, I like it.
And I thought that one of the teams that was in the championship would not make the playoffs. I did not know that Taylor was hurt. I thought the league would catch up, variance would catch up, the one's back.
Well, the other thing is that the Snappers are the one team in this league that didn't really get better. They got worse, if anything, because Taylor's only half of what he was. Yeah. So they didn't really add on. They've made a couple of pickups at the bottom of their roster, but they really haven't produced anything yet.
Yeah. So but I still think they're going to get there. I still think they're going to get to the playoffs. I mean, it's going to be bad. I think between 4 and 8 might be separated by 2 games the whole season.
2-2 pitch. Hicks lays off, and it's hot again. Taylor shows a little shrug out there as the radar gun's not cooperating. If he wants to stay in this game, he is going to have to make another quality 3-2 pitch. I expect nothing less, but he's got to make another.
Yeah.
It's going to be really tough for Hicks to lay off of anything right now, as Taylor is going to be right around the strike zone with anything that he throws. He drops down to the side a little bit. Hicks turns on it, but rips it foul, and we're going to have a fourth 3-2 pitch here from Taylor Bryner to Justin Hicks. All stars, both of them will be. Hicks drives one to center, and over is David Harley Jr. ranging for the easy play again. Covers a ton of ground out there. These guys do not get paid to play yet, but it is in the cards in the very near future. Most of these guys are playing for free, at least. 2 outs and Gannon up. He's going to be looking to hit one a long way here, I think. Oh, but Taylor makes the perfect pitch to that outside corner on the pipe.
These two very familiar, play a lot of tournaments together on the same team. Very familiar with each other.
That's a ground ball, and it's knocked down by Kelly, and Caps is the guy you want to throw it a little high to out there because he's got those big, long arms. He reaches up and grabs it, and we move to the bottom of the fifth inning. Wow,
2-0. Still, offense at a premium here, and it's been short and sweet. No big innings. 1-2 run double. That's been it. 2-run single, and then a couple of solo shots. That's been the whole set of offenses.
Yeah, nobody's really seeing these pitchers very well tonight. Pitching has gotten so much stronger. The weather's a little bit cooler out here still. Lineups are still getting adjusted. Teams still trying to find their guys and who they're going to be going with as this season rolls on. I know my Lightning, we don't really have an established lineup yet. We got a couple of really good hitters, and then we got a bunch of guys that, you know, have a chance to be good as we go. We got to figure out what we got. It's hard to do out here in real game action, because you don't want to sacrifice any strategy or gameplay, but you got to develop your new guys. It's a very big toss to work it all in out here.
I really wish the Taco League was still around, but with playing 5 days a week, Taco League kind of took a back seat, at least this season anyway. Can't develop the rookies anymore. You can't send them down and get the plate appearances against, or get pitchers innings. It's just not around right now.
Here's the one-handed Bryner to lead off the inning. Tanik has done the best job of building his player development and getting his rookies comfortable and not asking too much of them, but getting them the reps they need. As you see Adam with a good pitch to Taylor, and it's immediately 0-2. That's popped up. It looks like an easy play, and that, I believe, is still Kenny McDowell out there in right field. That's his third catch out there. His debut here tonight, just claimed this week. Here's Weber. Weber's going to have to show some patience. Weber got to get in a hitting count against Adam, and he's a big favorite. Good pitch. Weber hits it well. It's back, and Harley drops it at the wall. Almost had it. No, it's not Harley. I'm sorry. That's McDowell. McDowell out there still in right. Probably a hit for Weber. That was an awfully tricky play. He did get two hands on it, though, Brad. He just couldn't rein it in.
Yeah, it was kind of turning back into him, and he kind of ran all that way. In the last couple of feet, it jumped right into his hands and just cut down the distance. He wasn't ready for it.
This is a much different Snappers lineup, though, without that monstrous Taylor Bryner in the leadoff spot looking to roll that order. It's a little bit different now. That's an easy ground ball. They're going to roll this.
No, they're not. They're going to take the one.
They're going to take the one. I still don't even hate Hicks making that throw there. He has a chance to get it there in time. You see about 4-3 at second base. He probably wasn't going to get it home in under that 5 seconds, but I'd still give him a chance to throw it. That ball ate Tanik up a little bit on the mound, but he's able to regain composure and flip it to Hicks for the easy force play. We got 2 outs. Jesse Capps hit a fly ball to left field in his only at-bat tonight. That's a fly ball. That's straight up. Picone under it, makes the catch. It does not hit a tree branch, which would have made it foul. It stays just in play. And another quick inning for Tanik. 1 hit, but that's going to the 6th.
Going to the top of the 6th. Tanik cruising right along 2-0. This game is moving by fast. 528 viewers. You on a Thursday night. You got Chad Phillips, manager of the Lightning. Myself, Brad Ogden, manager of the Legends. Former Legends teammates. Watching a recap of last season's championship series, and it's kind of looking like exactly what happened in the championship series.
Very similar, a little better conditions in that championship with the weather and a couple more runs, but it's basically the same. Sandvipers taking control early and being able to play well with that lead, play good defense, throw strikes, and get it done. That's what they're known for.
So it looks like the Snappers are Bryner's going to step off the mound, save that inning, go ahead to Brandon Gregg, see if Brandon can find it at this last inning, get him back in the dugout and take a chance to steal this game from the Sandvipers.
Yeah, Taylor did throw 2 innings in the first game. He had to come in the 5th when Weber walked out. He has just thrown 5 innings in this game. That's 7 for the night. He has 2 innings available to him for game 3. Extra innings count now towards that pitcher's total. So one of these days, we're going to get a nice 9 or 10 inning first game, and it's going to really compromise these pitching staffs by the end of the night.
Oh yeah, you're gonna see pitching staffs grow. You're going to have 6 guys. You're going to have 7 guys. I mean, again, that's another rule I'd like to see. Yes, you can have everybody eligible, but we limit it to 5 guys as your quote-unquote bullpen for each game. You pre-announce those guys, and those are the 5 guys for the 3-game series. Those will be your bullpen, so you don't have the 7 pitchers. I don't think we're going to get to that point, but
it really isn't happening anymore because the 5th pitcher on a team used to be terrible, and it was like, well, if the 5th pitcher's coming in, the 6th pitcher's coming in, the 7th pitcher's coming in, but now all of a sudden, there's some pretty good 4 pitchers in this league and a couple of decent 5 pitchers in this league, so we should see a lot less of that walking out as we go along.
Yeah, just a way to clean up the game so you don't have to stress about having so many guys under the line. Make sure the line is that's just something to clean up the game, something to talk about in the offseason.
As it gets stronger and as we add leagues underneath this league, that is certainly a change that could be happening in the future.
Yeah. Once we step away from Hideaway Field, there'll be more opportunities for games and play. I think you'll have more leagues. I wouldn't be surprised to see a nice competitive, fun league for the co-ed. We had a good co-ed league out here.
We had a great co-ed league out here. Several of these guys were able to get some good reps and understand. You really got to learn how to command the wiffle ball. The first thing I teach as a coach is you see a great screwball to the outside by Gregg striking up a cone. I want my guys to master throwing the ball first. Forget about pitching it. Just let me see you get to shortstop and throw a nice clean throw home. Another screwball to the outside by Gregg. It looks like he's finding his release point in that pitch. Look for him to get some more work in the third game, as I'm assuming Shane Weber will be the guy that gets to start. Weber against Picone, it will be in most likelihood, as Casey goes around there on a tough slider. After seeing screwball after drop, you're not expecting a slider moving in 2 feet on your hands like that. Fooled, and an easy strikeout for Gregg. Looking to strike out the side here. Screwball keeps it away from him. Great pitch again.
So 55 max is equal to 85 major league, so you can just kind of get an idea what kind of reaction times you're looking at.
There's that slider again, but Tavano sees it a little better, takes it. He's still got some more work to do to get this count back in his favor. There's a wasted pitch by Gregg, and it moves to 2-2. Look for him to try and throw a strike here. He does not want to walk and roll this lineup back to Adam.
Screwball, when you hold on just a little too long, that's what you do, you spike it.
That one's away. Tavano gets a good look, and there's that count leverage he's looking for. 3-2 is in the batter's favor in this league. Full. The pitcher does not want to throw walks in this league, but there is the walk. Tavano.
Great at bat.
Big at bat by Tavano.
Dustin Flentie to the bottom. Flentie making his PLW.
Dustin Flentie making his PLW debut here. He's being added to the 7 spot here. Let's see what he can do.
Absolutely, look good in the tryouts. If you got to watch the tryouts, he was wearing the purple fisherman's hat. He was wearing the hat.
Oh, that's right. Tanik with 6 new guys on his roster. Last season they carried a 6-man roster. Now they have a 12-man roster, so a lot of rookies to work in here. Good take there.
Good take. Great take.
You can hit it off a bounce. Absolutely, you can hit it off a bounce. I don't recommend it, but you can do it. All Major League Baseball rules are essentially in play here. We do have a PLW rule book, which you can see on PremierLeagueWiffle.com. Go check out our rule book. You can type in rules, ! I believe, in the chat, and those will pop up for you. And any rule that is not in that book will default to Major League rules. As you see, Flentie.
Good take. Way to battle back from 0-2.
3-2 now, and let's see what Gregg does. A second walk, and the Snappers are going to have to put a different pitcher out there to get this final out, which could come back and hurt them later on tonight.
Good swing.
Tanik's rookies looking fantastic here. They may have won this draft. Angela Day may have an argument there.
Good. Put the
Good
ball
swing.
in play.
Puts it in play. Santillanes with the easy flip to Caps. And the Snappers need 2, and they need him right now, or they're going to lose this series tonight and find themselves 1-4.
Yeah, 1-4, not looking good. But it's the home team. A bloop and a blast, and you got a game here. So, I mean, Tanik's not known to give up the home runs, but the Snappers still have a powerful lineup. If the right guy, and the fence is only 100 feet. I mean, if I can hit a home run, home runs can be hit.
In 27 series in the summer and fall last year, the Snappers won 24 of those series, and they lost 3 of them.
Wow.
So they were tough to beat on a given night. You could steal a game from them here and there, but again, winning 2 from them in the same night was just not a task that happened very often. And Snappers find themselves behind the 8 ball here. Adam Tanik shut out through 5. He does have 1 walk, which was early in this game. He does have Tom Gannon in his hip pocket if he needs him here.
So Brandon Gregg going to lead off. right at the top of the order, right where they want to be. This is their chance.
Yep, absolutely. They need to grab a guy on base right now. They got to get that tying run to the plate as quickly as possible. I kind of feel like Tanik might walk out here, and I think I see Gannon in the near future here.
Well, Brandon Gregg with a hit already today, so he's been putting the ball in play. Good swings in the first series.
That's hit hard, a lot of spin on it. It sneaks through, and it's probably a base hit, but we'll see what official scorer Kyler calls it.
Yeah, I have it as a hit.
Hit. We're going to go hit.
Yeah, good
Tough play.
Tough play.
And that's it. Leadoff batter on. Tying run to the plate.
So now they're going to talk about it.
Tanik having a little meeting here. Is he going to keep pitching here?
Absolutely. He's going to pitch. I think just want a little different defense here. The infield's not going to change. Tom Gannon's not going out, but he just wanted to change fielders.
I think he got McDowell out of there, and it looks like he put Giordano out in right. That's hit hard. Trench knocks it down. What a play. Tanik going to go to second for the easy force. 4.54. Great play by Picone. That's the third time tonight we've seen a smash, short hop into his body and just stay down. It's almost like he's a goalie out there in soccer. He's incredible.
We are such stat mongers. I can't wait till we get to defensive runs saved, WAR, wins over replacement. We're going to be figuring all that shortly. We're as much statty as we are here.
Yeah, Trench Picone is not giving back that gold glove easily, let me tell you that. He was not happy he didn't get one in the summer, and he went out and played, and he has a double play ball to end the game. Picone, just enough time? It's airmailed, though. It's over the backstop. That's going to be an out at second base on the force out, but the batter on an overthrow is going to get the extra base and go to second base on that. He had enough time to roll that Tavano, but he's not a familiar double play turner at this point in the PLW.
And Manny is out, so Manny doesn't know he's out, but he's out. Yeah, 2 outs, Manny is out, so we got a man at second and the ever dangerous Shane Weber.
Absolutely filthy submarine, almost a riser maybe. Let's check out that replay if we got it here to see the game, the shutout by Tanik. It is a little changeup, I guess, off the outside of the outside bar at 52. Game, set, match, Vipers, 2-0 now.
So yeah, and Tanik pitches all 6 innings. So they're going to go right. They're going to go to Picone. So you're going to probably do Picone Weber, or the 2 starters.
Picone Weber, 2 starters. It looks like we got Gannon with 3 innings available, Tanik with 2 innings available, and then on the other side we got Taylor with 2 innings available. Weber, I believe, only has 5, so Weber cannot throw a complete game here as he only has 5 innings available. He could throw a complete game. And nope, they're the home team, so he cannot throw a complete game here. So the Snappers are going to be looking to get 1 inning from somebody else in this game no matter what.
Yeah, so that's going to, again, here come the Snappers. Offense at a premium here. They got to find some offense. I mean, Taylor one-handed is definitely a downgrade from Taylor Bryner. He's still probably top 50% in the league, but there's just nobody else helping out right now. The bottom of that order just needs to pick it up. If they can get a couple hits at the bottom of the order, I think they're going to score some runs.
Unfortunately, it's not just the bottom of the order. It's not getting it done. It's that leadoff spot, too. Although Brandon Gregg did show a little bit of a spark there, but getting guys on base in front of Taylor and Weber is going to be the key.
Yeah.
The Vipers have had success on Weber in the past, a lot of it in the summer season. Weber bared down. Oh, thanks for tuning in for Game 2. Let's sign off here for a minute, and we will be back in 20 seconds for the Game 3 here of the night. God, I'm stumbling tonight. Welcome back, viewers.
Yeah, TikTok. If you're watching on TikTok, you're only seeing 1 camera angle. Come on over to twitch.tv/PremierWiffle, and you'll get multiple camera angles, graphics, announcers going back and forth, and you can interact in the chat, gain Wiffle points that you can use for merchandise in the PLW merchandise store. Come on over.
Come on over for Game 3 of Snappers Vipers. We've seen the Vipers takes games 1 and 2. They covered the 1.5 point spread by a nibble each game. Very well handicapped spreads down there. Let's see what we got up for Game 3. Can we drop that down so that we can see what's going on? Already 163,000 bet on somebody. I'm going to guess that's the Vipers if I had to guess.
Yeah, if I had to guess, it's going to be the Vipers again.
I'm guessing it's 1.5 again. It seems like the right line. Just a couple minutes here as these managers try and set their lineups here for Game 3. Every game is so important here. The Snappers find themselves at 1 and 4, and this is a big game for them to not find themselves in last place in the standings. Tanik in the box. He is ready to go already. We are still probably a full minute away from starting here. Once again, Weber has faced the Vipers. I want to say this is his 10th start against the Vipers career.
At least. I mean,
Yep.
so you got, because back before season 1, before season 2, you could pitch as often as you wanted. So you might have started multiple games against him.
All right, here's Tanik to lead off. Once again, get your bets in. We'll leave those wiffle lines open for most of this first inning until something happens. Right now, the Snappers are 4-1 dogs. Up now only 3-1 dogs. Back to 4-1 dogs. You can take the Snappers plus 1.5 runs and get 4-1 on your money right now. Snappers is definitely the bet here, in my opinion.
Yeah, like you said, that's a system play there. I'm getting a 1.5, and now I'm getting 4-1 on my points. I'll take my chances. I mean, it's not like they've been blown out.
Well, one thing the Snappers have never been done in their existence, I do not believe,
Is
has been swept. So, that's hit hard, and that's a good play by Kelly, the ex-goalie. Cap swoops in, throws it in time. Jesse Capps pin a star on that play once again. He is having a fantastic night in the field, trying and fighting for his Snapper team.
That's another great play by Jesse Capps, just coming over to help his teammate. Knocked it down, just rode to the ball.
Good play by Kelly, too, to knock that down. It did get away from him, though. I don't think he realized where it bounced to off of his body. It looked like he was looking around for it. Cap swoops in, makes the play.
Greg Kelly, an accomplished soccer goalie, not afraid to get on the ground, quick reactions.
That money's coming in on the Snappers now. Those odds are down under 2-1. Off of Brad right there.
Got me.
If his hands weren't in his pockets, he might have had a play on that one.
Yeah, if it wasn't 12 degrees up here, I would be ready to field that one, but
You can't switch cameras. You just watch on Twitch, and we switch cameras for you.
absolutely. Twitch, you cannot switch cameras. We got one view. Come on over. You can't miss it. This is GK, to quote GK, everybody loves wiffle ball, they just don't know it yet.
That's hit high, that's hit deep, but it looks like it's going to stay in the yard! It hit the wall, I believe. It hit the wall. He dropped it. It already went off the wall. It didn't? I could be wrong. I thought it was 3, but I could be wrong.
I don't think so.
No? Okay, I have no idea then. It's so hard to see the depth perception out at that 113 sign. It did. Hands, wall, ground. No?
Hands, ground,
Hands,
wall.
ground, wall. Okay. It's tough to tell, like I said. If you guys can, at home, what do you think happened there? It's really tricky to see. Did we get a zoom on it? We did. I guess.
It rolled off after it hit the ground. It rolled off his leg and hit the fence.
Yeah, that's what it looks like happened. Hands, bobble, foot, and then a dirty double into the wall.
A lot of, again, we lean on outfielders to be honest, and I'd say 100% of the outfielders are honest. If they think that they didn't touch, if they believe in their heart that they got it, they'll tell you.
Absolutely. This is a very, very good league, and a lot of good people out here. We have to have trust in that when nobody can really tell from up here in the announcer's booth or over on the side where the umpire is. The depth on that wall is tricky, and the ball's so light, you don't really get to hear it hit the wall. Weber working quickly and finding himself in a full count now. Full count against Gannon. Expect a strike. And Gannon hits a strike. Kelly down in that same position. This time he finds the ball a little quicker and makes the play about 4-6.
So again, you'll see the hockey goalie technique is what we call it. They drop to a knee, square up, keep it in front. You got plenty of time. If it gets you clean, you keep it in front. A good throw is going to get it out 99% of the time.
2 outs. Here's Picone. Vipers, I believe, have scored early in both games. The second inning in the first game and the first inning in the first, jumping out on top. Picone, all he needs is a little single here. to put them back on top. And Weber goes away with a little bit of a slower pitch, except expect something a little quicker here now. It's tough to sneak it by Trench, though. He sees the ball very well, and he finds himself in the driver's seat, up 3-1. Not the guy you want to walk here in the Vipers lineup. Weber says, I can throw a strike any pitch that I want. He's told me this many times. I never, ever expect to walk anybody. He knows how to throw strikes, and he's done so for 4 or 5 seasons now.
Yeah, just throws the ball over the plate. It's good.
Get those bets in, everyone. We got Sandvipers -1.5, Snappers +1.5 here tonight at Hideaway Field. Game 3, Premier League Wiffle. Thanks for tuning in to all 475 viewers. Tell your friends. Build this up, guys. This is a great thing. We are going places here in the PLW, Professional Premier Wiffle Ball.
All right, so you got some defensive changes with Trench Picone on the mound. You got Michael Dean manning third base. The rest of the outfield pretty much stays the same, so you lose a Gold Glove level third baseman. But Michael Dean is no slouch. No slouch in the infield. He's here for his defense.
He is more of a second baseman, in my opinion, as we've kind of developed him into that, the Sandvipers have, but they have a need at third base when Trench is on the mound that they haven't necessarily filled yet, so they're going to give Dean a shot. They got McDowell back out and right, staying with Tavano and Hicks in the middle.
Yeah, I think that's going to be you're going to see this lineup going forward, at least the middle 2 guys, 100% of the time.
Here's Picone. Takes a lot of pride in his pitching out here. He's worked really hard over the last 6 months on it. He's definitely a different kind of pitcher than everyone else in this league, as we see Gregg smash a line drive. Hicks makes the easy play. Trench, most guys like to kind of speed you up. Trench likes to slow you down as much as he can. He goes slow, slower, and slowest sometimes. A lot of whip to his slider, and it's hard to read his pitches a lot of times.
There's the Trench. So he throws a big breaking slider that almost seems to stop in midair.
It's definitely slows down as it's approaching the plate, and it's tough to not be out in front of. Bryner.
Just like that.
Again, working to Taylor with his one arm is a little weird. It's hard to see where you can expose him. He's got such good hand-eye coordination. Bryner hits a spinner. Picone, it sneaks through his legs. Hicks is there, though, and he has plenty of time. Keeps the throw just off the ground, as you do have to hit that backstop in the air for the second out of the bottom of the first inning. Snapper is starting to get a little frustrated. But again, driving home with 1 win is a lot better than driving home with no wins. So,
amen to that. There's the Trench.
There it is. He slowed him down so much, and you don't see Weber take a 1-strike swing like that very often. Just completely fooled. Get your wiffle points in. Those lines are still up. That's hit high. That's hit deep. That might be gone. Weber finally hits a home run tonight. I believe he said he has a home run in every series going back to mid-last season. Shane Weber, 1-0 Snappers, just what the doctor ordered, Brad.
Yeah, that's the way to get this team fired up, scoring in the first. There we go. See, there's the Snappers getting there. Morale is big here. Getting 1 game, like you said, you walk away, you feel a little bit better. Hey, we got a game. We held the champs.
Yep.
It looked like the 5 runs in the first 2 games.
It looked like Gannon almost had a bead on that with those long arms. He might have even got a finger on it, I think. I'm not 100%. We'll have to ask him. That was just out of his reach. But that won't phase Trench. Solo home runs happen in this league. Solo home runs normally do not win ball games out here. Yeah, we can leave those bets open still. Maybe, maybe not. I guess maybe close the bets. Yeah. Seems reasonable. We got enough wiffle points in here.
300,000 points bet, guys. You guys are awesome out there.
Thanks for your support. Oh, another big Snappers bet coming in. The Snappers money's going to come in now. Oh, and Trench drills Manny with 61. That's about as hard as you'll see Trench throw out there.
Trivia question. Who has the only hit by pitch in the league?
In league history, there's only been one hit by pitch.
Yep. And both participants are at the field today.
As you see, a nice slider way outside. Manny just waves at it. But the damage done, and the Snappers find their first lead of the night on a Shane Weber one-out home run.
Yeah, that's what they've been waiting for Shane for all night. He's just been missing. Trench kind of hung that slider, that breaking ball out over the plate, and he launched it, and he hit it maybe 94 feet. Oh, top of the second, brought to you by Leilani Acuna, the official realtor of the PLW. Whether you are selling or buying your first home, now you have a realtor trusted by PLW players and family. Scan the barcode to reach out to Leilani to answer all your real estate questions here in Las Vegas.
Welcome back, viewers. Top of the second inning. Let's get those wiffle points closed down here now.
Yeah, I think they did.
I don't think the odds changed that much. It went from like plus 140 to plus 120 since that run was scored, but don't think that run for the Snappers locks this bet up in any manner.
No.
The Snappers are a little thin on pitching this game, potentially, and if they can solve Weber here, it's going to be a tough game for the Snappers to win. Snappers need a fielder out there. There is a little caveat rule here in the PLW. If Shane does throw one pitch and there are a fielder short, you may not add that fielder during that at-bat. You have to wait till a new batter is up before you can get your sixth fielder out there. So, got to pay attention. It actually happened to the Snappers. The Snappers was the team it happened to several times last season. Little pop fly. Weber gives its due diligence, two hands, makes a catch, spinning like crazy. Here is a debut, maybe, for Kenny McDowell, I think. First PLW plate appearance right here, Brad.
No, second one. He got one in the first game.
He did? Okay, my fault.
And he's facing Shane.
Quick action out here. Hard to keep up sometimes. That's another spinner on the ground this time. Weber picks it up and almost throws it into the ground. I don't know if he's trying to throw 97, but it didn't go as he planned there. He threw a little duck snort into the bottom of that backstop.
Yeah, we've seen that happen where you're trying to show off your arm and you bounce it and give a free out. Can't give free outs. Only 18 of them.
Tanik smashes one. That's a knock. That's hit about, what was the exit velo on that? I don't think it popped up.
Hard.
Hard. 90-something, that was hit, and Tanik finds himself a 2-out single to get Hicks up here. Big spot for Weber. 2 quick outs. You don't want to have this inning fall away from you. Hicks hits a spinner. Weber ranges over, makes all 3 plays in the inning, drops it in the bucket. Looked like that ball was just foul as well, but Weber able to squeeze it.
Wow, what a play. Weber having an inning, basically. Hits a home run in the bottom half, comes out in the top, it goes 1, 2, 3 to the meat of the order.
That guy's got to step up and win games out here, and Weber's down 2-0. He knows his star player, Taylor Bryner, is struggling a little tonight. He's the guy that's got to step up and get the Snappers a win tonight.
Absolutely. He needs a monumental performance. They get a lead going into the 5th. You're 100% see Taylor Bryner on the mound with 2 innings left.
I believe you very much. What's going on out there, PLW Nation? Thanks for tuning in here on Thursday night. Tomorrow night, you're going to watch the Lightnings. You're going to watch the Warbirds in a big series. We'll see what happens there tomorrow night.
Flannel hoodie. So the hitter was Michael Dean, and the pitcher was none other than Chad Phillips. He has the only hit by pitch in the league. 65, Michael Dean in the Nugget, and he took first base.
He didn't see it, Brad. He didn't see the pitch. He didn't move. I don't know what happened there. That was interesting. We move on here. Bottom 2.
That's just another one of the legends. Thing happens.
I like Gregg in this matchup here against Trench. This is a pitcher he can handle now, I believe, and he's found himself up in the count there with 2 quick balls.
And Gregg's not going to swing at too many pitches out away from him. Pitches in, he swings at, but pitches away. 31. Hitters count. You got to give I give everybody the green light. It's on you. You know what I mean? Green light doesn't mean you have to swing. It just means.
Oh, no.
Oh.
That was in foul ground. You see that cheap line that Trench dove over there? That cheap line plays exactly like the first and third base foul lines, and Trench has contacted that ball in front on the home plate side of that line, so it's a foul ball. Good effort as Trench tries to shake it off.
Look at these guys diving in game 6 of the season.
Big 3-2 pitch. And Gregg smashes one, but Gannon is not the guy you want to smash it at. That ball was rising when it got to him.
Yeah, so again, you called it. A pitcher he can handle. So another hitter. This is their rookie. Drafted, I believe he was one of the last picks in the first round.
This is Lebrato, Scott Lebrato, making his debut this evening. I believe he might have got a plate appearance last week.
Yes, he got a couple of plate appearances last week. I had that game as well.
We got another poll up there, guys. What's your favorite slogan here in the PLW? Get your votes in. You'll get some Wiffle points for voting. Bench trench, like it. There's a knock, and his first career PLW hit. Get that ball. That's Scott Lebrato getting on base for the Snappers here, getting that lineup back to the top. No votes for 54 Smelia. I would appreciate if nobody votes for that. I want to see a 0 on that at the end. So nobody vote for 54 Smelia.
And no time to eat. I like the Snappers, but I can't hear that.
Oh, the Smelia. That Couch just got 4 votes in himself, I think. Oh, good trench there. That's the trench, and Gregg was way out in front, lucky to get a little piece. Ooh, and he comes in with a hard one, up and in. Pinks Gregg, but it's only 58. It might have hit his head. I couldn't tell. Trench, like when Trench speeds it up, he's definitely trying to mix that into his repertoire a little bit more this season. He knows how many mid-40s he throws. He needs a 58. It looks so fast.
Yeah.
That slider again. Gregg's not chasing this time, and he draws the walk. Trench is first. Remember, 2 walks here in the PLW, and your game pitching performance is going to be over.
Yeah, so he has to eat a couple more innings here because there's no way that Gannon and Tanik can get to the end if he doesn't get through the third.
No, they have 3 and 2. They have 5 left between them, right?
Gannon has 3. This is only the second.
Yeah, so that's 5 innings left. They can finish it up here. If Trench does get in trouble here, Gannon can come throw 2, 3, 4, and then Tanik can throw 5, 6, or vice versa, however they want to go about it. Trench is not looking to walk out here, though. That will not make his night feel very good. He takes a lot of pride in his pitching. Last season, he threw 36 innings. He had 21 walks, and he vowed to cut down on those walks this season.
Dangerous spot here. Base hit, scores a run.
This is the 3rd game. The Sandvipers won the first 2. Tough break for Bryner as they roll a double play.
Wow.
494 on one watch, 491 on the other watch. The cheap double play on a tough break by Bryner. He hit a top spinning spinner that managed to just barely roll out into fair ground. Great play by the Snappers.
Yeah, a lot of field awareness there, knowing that Hicks goes to cover third. Tavano, the rookie, covers second base, and Michael Dean, again, not a slouch on the defensive side of the ball, gets that ball in fair territory, gets to Hicks quickly. Boom, boom, double play, out of the inning.
Get your votes in, guys. Favorite slogan. It's getting a little competitive here.
It's got to be Tink Tink. I mean, yes, Levi coined it, but everybody's used it, and when we say it, we all know what it means.
Let's say who coined all these phrases. Tink Tink was Levi. 54 Smelia, AK. Bench Trench was, I believe, White Boy Rick in the chat. And we got time to eat, obviously. Manny Santillanes there.
I'm just looking at the teams. I'm thinking about the guys that aren't on rosters right now that were in the PLW at some point. There's a verifiable team in the wings.
Yeah, absolutely. Adam sent me that lineup but there was one problem with it. There was 4 guys on that roster that will kill each other if they're on the same team. So it's I don't think that exact waiver wire roster would work out, but there was definitely some talent on that roster. If one of these teams has an injury or needs a player for some reason, Gannon rolls one over. That's going to stay in fair ground. Manny, a little dangerous the way he picked it up so far to the side of his body, but he's able to control it, make a good throw for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, so that was that lineup. So we got to. I can see Cuba Dave putting that roster together.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
No.
That roster with Cuba Dave?
Levi was waived by the Ones. The Ones cut him this week. He cleared waivers. He is currently out as a free agent. Yeah, you guys can start chatting about that if you'd like. Who do we want to see up in the booth here tonight? Maybe us as announcers can pick the star of this third game, because this is a big game. If the Snappers win this game, it's a huge win. And I do like bringing up somebody to the booth occasionally from the losing side of the night. If they get swept, we're probably not going to bring up somebody. But if Weber is a star in his game and able to get this win for his team, I would like to see Shane Weber up here.
Absolutely. Shane Weber up here, maybe one of the rookies from the Sandvipers. What is it like to play in the game, get a couple of hits?
That's a ground ball, double play ball. Kelly ranges over. There might be enough time. Manny has it. Is there enough time? Manny just throws it into the booth, though. And it's going to be an out at second. And as you saw in the first game, an extra base for the batter who gets to go to second base on the overthrow.
I did make that play, though.
You did? And that went right in between us. I didn't see what happened. But if that ball is shorted on the throw, then the batter just gets first base, but the overthrow creates an extra base. Weber gives up another hard hit ball, and that's going to tie the game. That error immediately proves costly.
Yeah, automatically hurt. You're going to see that happen a lot in this league. You make an error, you give any team, it doesn't matter whether it's the first place team or the 10th place team, you give them that 19th out, you're going to pay for it every time.
Yeah, and they might not be done paying here, Brad. That's a problem that is just cost the Snappers the game potentially, as Adam Tanik hits his second home run of the night. That was an absolute missile over the right center field wall, little Batty Bakery sign right over it. And one error leads to, actually, those runs are earned because the error did not create an extra base. So now everything actually is an earned run. We can't assume the double play. So everything is earned here off of Weber, and it's 3-1 Vipers. And here's Hicks, and you could see that misplay was going to potentially be trouble for the Snappers.
But, I mean, like I said, you can't assume the double play. Runner was in scoring position to score, but the next hit was a home run. So,
yeah, I like them trying the double play. I mean, they have to make the effort. That's a rocket. Good play in the outfield by Gregg to hold it to a single.
Saving a base there, big thing, keeps the easy force out. Snappers have been living dangerously. They've been getting out of a lot of base traffic all night.
They have, and the Snappers don't look like the Snappers from last year right now, Brad. They're struggling to score runs. Their pitching is a little erratic, and their defense is still pretty good, though.
Yeah, still pretty good. Still a team, competitive team in this league. Just, again, we talk about variance a lot.
But that overthrow there, I think it woke up those wiffle gods, and you don't want to wake up the wiffle gods against the Vipers. You get a double, you just got to hit it off. You just got to get it to the wall on a bounce. Any ball that gets and touches that wall in any manner is a double. And believe me, there's plenty of doubles in this league. That's a foul ball by Gannon. You see those pylons down there on the first and third base line in foul ground. If it touches that pylon in any way, it's a foul ball. Those pylons are set up. So if the ball sneaks through without touching it, it's going to be touching the line and be fair. And if it nicks that pylon, it's going to be foul. Yeah, that spread, and it's in the Vipers' favor once again. Gannon hits one deep, hits one back. Harley lays out across the outfield, can't make the play. The ball does not touch the wall, I don't think. It becomes a dirty single. Harley laying out all across the outfield. Look at like he is getting back to his feet. What an effort. You know he wants to win out there pretty bad against his old team here tonight.
And guys, this is not grass. This is essentially concrete covered with AstroTurf. Like, this is, you're paying for these dives, and he's paid twice.
Yeah, you're right about that. You got to kind of get low before you dive. When you leave your feet from a standing position, it's going to hurt when you hit the ground. If you kind of get in like that Dodos wrestling roll form where he starts really low, Gannon does it well too. We've seen big, tall Taylor Roundy from the Vaders have some really nice dives in the outfield where they're smooth and he doesn't hit the ground as hard. That's hit high by Picone, and Jesse is as sure-handed as they come. But the Snappers pay the price there for not an error, really, a little misplay on a double play ball. You can't fault him for attempting that double play. You got to try and get out of the inning, but his throw sails. Vipers tack on a hit and a homer, and it's 3-1 Vipers now.
And the Vipers doing Viper things. You make a mistake, they make you pay. The bottom of the lineup rolls over to the top. Tanik hits a big home run, and then all of a sudden, here comes the offensive machine that the Vipers have been known to throw up big numbers on people. Throwing up a crooked number there was huge with 2 outs.
Yep, that's right. The 2-out rallies in this league are serious, and once they start, you can feel that momentum coming, and it's sometimes hard to quelch those rallies.
Yeah, and then you get Trench on the mound, got out of the last inning.
Let's see if he can have a shutdown inning here after his team gave him the lead. Let's see if he can shut this down and get back to bat, see if they can tack on some insurance. Picone working with the lead for the first time tonight. See him is wearing his number 13 that he's had since the beginning. Let's see what Trench has up his sleeve this inning. He's certainly got to be that crafty, wily guy out on the mound to be effective. He's not going to blow you away with speed or late movement. He's just kind of mixing it up, the speeds, the locations, the eye levels.
So if I had to compare him to a pitcher, I would compare him to a Tommy John. He's a right-handed Tommy John. Back when Tommy John, after he had that Tommy John surgery, sinker, slider, down, ground ball, lazy fly ball to right.
Slow it down,
Yep.
and mix up that timing of those hitters, and Trench's is just as good. That's hit deep, though. That's Weber looking for his second of the game, and that's way out of here.
Wow.
Shane Weber trying to do it by himself tonight. His second solo home run of the game gets the Snappers back to 3-2. As you can see, the Snappers football celebration they do, I don't think they really did it there. They like to set up the little roadblocks and almost like a running back kind of running up the middle is their little celebration normally. They're down tonight, though, and they're trying to fight back in. Weber sees Trench well. Here's Manny. Let's see what he can do. Good pitch by Trench. Just misses down and in. We got another sub up there, another pole up there. Go ahead, and it's only $5, guys. Just get your sub in. It's only $5 to watch all this incredible action here. I know everybody can afford $5. I'm 100% sure of it. Every single one of you that has a phone in your hand has $5 to get this prescription. I always want to say prescription. But this is a prescription. This is my medicine, Brad, so that's why I say prescription.
Subscription.
Without this medicine here, I can't function.
My wife asks me every week, what is the $4.99 charge for Twitch TV? And I watch this while I'm working. So at night when you see me in the chat, I am working, doing some work and watching Premier League Wiffle on one of my 3 monitors. Just getting into it. I can't live without it. I have spray charts. All at bats have been registered on a spray chart with a program that I have.
Well, Brad, we've had Trench walk out of the game here while we're kind of chatting a little bit. Trench's second walk, and that's going to bring Tanik back out to the mound. He has 3 innings left, Tanik, so he can throw the 3rd, 4th, and 5th here.
No, he only has 2 innings left.
Oh, I'm sorry. Gannon has 3. Tanik has 2. So Tanik is only able to throw the 3rd and the 4th here, and then Gannon should be able to come in and finish it.
Yeah, and that should be kind of I would have suspected this recipe if Trench didn't walk out of the game at some point. If Trench was getting hit hard, Adam is quick with the trigger, putting in not the better pitchers, but the pitchers that are getting people out so they can keep people down.
So the strictest rule that we have in our PLW rule book is if that a pitcher throws a pitch in 10 different innings, the team that does that will forfeit that game that happens in. So there is no goofing around with innings as an easy double play ball. Watch Hicks, but he misses it. Very surprising. I don't know why he's got his momentum moving to his left there. He had a good time to get going forward there and make that clean throw.
Well, I think he saw GK still in the middle, kind of maybe try to throw it around him instead of just throwing it. If it hits the base runner while he's in front, it's still an out, so.
That's a hittable pitch, but it's just popped up and it's dropped out there. It was in no man's land. I didn't hear anybody call it, Brad. It looked like that could have been a lot of trouble.
Yeah, so the gentleman's Terry Forster more than Tommy. There we go. But 2 rookies out there not the Sandviper ways. Call it. So the 2 rookies meeting out there.
Yeah, Patricus, I call. I don't believe you. That's a pop fly. Tanik makes a good play for the 2nd out of the inning. And here is Taylor Bryner hitting him a 2-hole. I don't know about this. I really feel like Weber should be hitting ahead of Bryner at this point.
I can't argue with that, but again, still dangerous.
That's hit well, but he just doesn't have that same pop as he ranges across. It's Gannon with a beautiful slide. Makes it look so easy, covering, 40, 50 feet of ground there across the outfield?
Yeah, so For some guys, the two outfielders actually get somebody in the way. This is one of the few teams I can see where you put that guy in right over by the 102 sign, not by little Batty Bakery, and give Tom Gannon more room to run. He's sure-handed. He calls it early, and he's effective on the ground. So not afraid to leave his feet, not afraid to pop it up and give himself a second chance.
Big, long strides,
yes.
too. He really covers ground across that outfield. You definitely don't want to crowd into his area and waste some ground you could cover in a different area.
Exactly. And you're going to find that the six fielders is going to get figured out. We're only half the season we played with it last season. This season, by week 10, 30 games in, everybody's going to have it figured out.
All right, we'll watch Weber back out to the mound. He hit his second home run of this game to get his snappers back into it. A Tanik 2-run home run last inning gave the Vipers the lead. There's Dean hitting one hard. His first plate appearance of the night, maybe, or his second plate appearance of the night. Good hit by Dean to get the Vipers started here in the top of the fourth.
So here comes that bottom of the order again, looking to roll it over and bring the big bats up.
Geez, if the bottom of the lineup on this team starts to get its bearings, this team is going to be unbeatable.
Exactly. AK1, I couldn't agree more. Spencer Barrick, another guy who covers a lot of ground.
A little high, Weber working quickly, finding himself down in the count here. I'm not sure if he has a walk. I believe he does. That's a ground ball. It looks like it's going to be a little foul. Make sure everybody gets themselves subscribed here. Once again, get your $5 in. It's so worth it. That's hit well. That's hit deep, and it's at the wall. Good play by Gregg, ranging over. Ball kind of had some topspin on it and just ran out of gas out there.
Summertime, that probably hits the wall. Maybe makes a little harder play for Brandon Gregg, but this cold weather, just not maybe 5 feet off the ball.
Weber getting behind every hitter here tonight, making it a little difficult on himself. That hit the foam. You heard that foam. You see that white behind the strike zone there on the top. It's covered in foam, and it's a clear, different sound. That's a double play ball. Caps, little bobble, gives it to Kelly. Kelly throws it.
That's all right.
Does not go out of play. I think that ball slipped out of Kelly's hand. And I'm not sure what that was.
And GK will own it. Nobody takes this game, has more fun, is more committed to this league than GK. Just kind of slipped out of his hand and just flicked it out and just kind of flew out sideways. Everybody's getting a chuckle.
He's kind of lucky it didn't get out of play over there, and that would have given an extra base to Tanik, but it's just a fielder's choice. 2 outs. We got Hicks back at the plate here.
AK, that win last night was ridiculous. If you see... literally last night was, if you made Casey Taravella look like he was running around like a chicken with his head cut off, the wind was unbearable.
There was one ball that was flied over the pitcher's shoulder on the third base side, and it landed in foul ground over by first base. It was incredible to watch a ball move 50 feet in the air. It was hit with spin, and the wind just said, I got that.
Because everybody's a little partial, I'll put Casey Taravella against any outfielder in the league, and he was just having the fit out there. It was crazy.
Yeah, the balls were whipping at him and diving on him, and it was definitely not a night you wanted to be in the outfield.
Weber speeding him up. I like it.
You got him to chase a little slider outside. Look for him to go back to that pitch right here or on the 2-2 count. I expect nothing good here. No, that's kind of a waste, but I expect a slider outside here.
Chris, Vipers took both games 1 and 2. Snappers fighting to win this game 3, down 3-2 in the top of the 4th.
No, Weber struggling a little with that release point out here. We're full. Be careful here, Shane. Be careful. Hicks hits one back, hits one deep, and it is gone. Justin Hicks with a 2-run bomb to straightaway center field over the pink box signs, put the Vipers up 5-2.
Yeah, so there's 5 RBIs in the series right now, times 18.
I was using my inner trench there, Brandon, sensing that home run coming from Hicks, and he did not disappoint.
So 5 RBIs a series, times 18.
That's 90.
That's 90 RBIs.
We can keep that. So Bauer can't keep a 5 home run pace every series, but Hicks can keep a 5 RBI pace every series.
I think he can.
Oh,
I think he's going to average 3 RBIs, 3.5 RBIs per series. That puts him at 70-some RBIs. I mean, that's going to be close.
I believe the record is 74. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
72, 74, 75, somewhere in that range from Taylor Bryner, who nosed out somebody in the summer season. I think it was Tanik by 2 RBIs. I remember Tanik chasing the Triple Crown that year, and Bryner was just unstoppable.
Yeah, 33 home runs, 70 RBIs, and hit over 440.
Yeah, he certainly did. On-base percentage was like 540 as well, I believe. You can go to, if you type statistics or stats, exclamation point in the chat, you can see all those stats. Hard ground ball by Gannon, picked up by Kelly, and throws. 503 on one, 504 on the other. A little too slow of a play, a little too slow of a throw. That's going to be an error.
What's that? Yeah. Yeah, lollipop.
There's not a lot to argue at when one watch has 503 and one watch has 504. You kind of got to trust the watches. It's going to be an error on the Snappers extending this inning and hopefully not costing them the game.
Trench Picone, big bat here.
Weber shuts it down, though. 2 quick pitches. And the Snappers are chasing 3 here. 9 outs to play.
9 outs to play. Tanik's going to take the mound again. I see him pitching at least this inning and then going right to Gannon to finish the game off.
You're watching Premier League Wiffle here from Hideaway Field, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Perfect.
Chad Phillips, Brad Ogden here. Having a blast out here tonight. You've seen the Vipers win the first 2 games. I believe they were 3-1 and 2-0.
Yeah, not a lot of offense, a lot of defense, a lot of pitching. Both the aces shined in game 2. Just it was one extra out, 1 home run. That's really all that's been taken.
That's what every game has come down to. This is our 27th game of the season, and 24 of the 26 have been right down to the last out. There's only been a couple of games that have been decided before that 6th inning.
We're not talking about those.
Okay, we won't talk about those.
Because we were in 2 of them.
Yeah, and the wind played a big role in that. But when you come down here, you gotta play with the conditions that are given to you. You can't change the weather out here, unfortunately.
Can't make that play, guys.
Yeah, that ball's right back by us. That's Tanik's pitch. You see him tumbling that pitch over. And then he throws the same pitch, but starts it at the waist and lets it drop into the ground. Neither pitches looks good to the hitter. Goes 3/4. Weber looking for his 3rd homer of the night, but a great play by Gannon under full body control as always. And Weber's retired. Wow. Gannon is a great outfielder. Just don't hit it out there to him because he's just not going to get on base. That's a low pitch. Santillanes has to lay off of that. Now he finds himself in a hole here, 0-2.
So when the last time a team got swept, that would be the Legends were swept in week 1.
That gets to the wall. Santillanes with a double.
Yeah, Santillanes still keeping it a game.
Finds the hole, finds a spot that Gannon can't get to finally, and they're going to be looking to drive him in here with 1 out.
Base hit here. Base hit scores a run. As long as it's clean.
Gregg Kelly with a good take there. You got to take that first ball. You have to get it to 1-1 and 2-1 to have a chance against most of these pitchers. Now you see that same pitch. Tanik starts it a little low, lets it fall into the ground. And then he comes back with the same pitch, looks up because he's shown him, when I throw this at your waist, it's going to bounce. So when I throw it over your head, it's going to be high. No, it's not high. It falls into the top of that zone. Tanik knows exactly what he's doing out there, and he's looking to get the rookie, Scott Lebrato, who got his first PLW career hit in his last plate appearance.
Absolutely.
Duck on the pond. Snappers need a hit. Scott Lebrato, late swing. I like it. Fouls it back. 1-2. Tanik wastes a pitch in. It's unlike Tanik to waste. Usually he has more of a purpose with his waste pitches. Oh, and he gets Lebrato chasing at that same pitch he keeps going back to. Nobody's really recognizing that it's going to be low.
Yep.
Tanik threw 4, Vipers 5, Snappers 2. Oh, Brad, good nice night here, Hideaway Field, unbelievable, Las Vegas, Nevada.
It's 3 times in a row. We're gonna hang a star on that one.
Yeah, don't expect me to get it right again next week. See Weber putting his jersey back on. Some of these players, it's a little chilly out here, putting their sweatshirts on in between plate appearances. See, Harley now has a sweatshirt on underneath his uniform out there as well in the outfield. Temperature check, I got you. We can do a little temp check.
Cold.
It is 47 degrees with about a 5-mile-per-hour wind blowing from the south. Blowing from the north, I'm sorry. Our field is set south to north, and the wind is blowing just slightly in from left. But any little bit of wind out here on the wiffle ball field does play havoc sometimes. You get those holes lined up the right way up in the wind, and the ball will drift.
All right, we're gonna start off with Michael Dean. I think he's batting in the 5 hole. Oh, good screw ball. Good screw ball by Brandon Gregg there.
Yeah, he's really had them off balance with that pitch. They chased that outside screwball basically all night long. He's just had that little walk bugaboo, which has not left his side in the PLW. Shot right back over his shoulder into center. Jesse tries to go out, and if Jesse can make that play, he can. And the infielder can range into the outfield. Once an outfielder touches the ball, it's a single. But an infielder can always make a play. But good luck, Jesse, from 100 feet making that play.
Yeah.
Quick batter on once again from the Vipers. Been a theme tonight.
Just bounces it.
Let's see if Gregg can actually get through a couple of innings here without walks. There's that screwball. It's kind of right down the middle there. Sneaks it past. What do we got here? Kenny McDowell. McDowell spelled with an A-L-L at the end. Interesting way to spell his name. This is season 4, guys. This is season 4. We had a season 0 as well, which was been chalked up as a preseason now, and this is season 4. We had 3 seasons last year, a spring, a summer, and a fall. This season, there'll just be 2. We go to 54 games. Spring season and a fall season. Good pitch by Gregg, finds top bar and strikes out McDowell. 1 out. It looks like Adam Tanik has called time. So he's going to be pinch hitting here, it looks like. Ethan Weiner, he is an East Coast transplant here. He's here for a couple of weeks. He is known in the WIFFLE community, social media all-star, and the Viper has picked him up for this series to throw him a bid here, and I like it a lot. Good time to get Ethan Weiner, his first career plate appearance in the PLW. One more poll up there, guys. Who do you want to see up in the booth tonight? Let's get votes in. Who do we want up in the booth?
Yeah, Tavano. I like the rookie.
I don't know. Has he really had a night tonight worthy of the booth, though? You can't just give guys nights in the booth unless they earn them. I'll never be in the booth, Brad, so that's how I know that. That one slips out of Gregg's hands. It looks like Tavano is pouring votes in. It's his birthday, too. I guess that throws him an extra little bone there.
Absolutely. I don't know
32 votes.
I don't appreciate the hat. I don't like the hat.
That's hit hard, and Gregg Kelly smacks it back to his fielder. They got a chance to turn 2 on this, but Manny cannot make the throw. I was a little late potentially there too. As you can see what I was referring to before, very slow footwork and turns from middle infielders in the PLW right now. It's definitely an area that needs some improvement. Guys do not have that quick feet and quick catch and release from second base, and Manny rushes it a little bit, throws it wide.
Great play by GK.
Great play by GK. Him and Trench rivaling third baseman over there tonight. Both made a lot of great plays. Here's lefty on lefty action. Let's see if Gregg has any luck with Tanik here. I think he did get him out in the first game. Looks like Tavano running away with the vote here. And we will have Marc Tavano on his birthday up in the booth here after this game is over. So stay tuned.
White boy Rick wants to see Trench in the booth, but Trench is in the booth enough.
Yeah, I don't want to see Trench in the booth.
Oh,
Good take by Tanik. Spits on that low pitch, that same pitch that he's had snappers chasing all night long. You're going to see Gannon come in for the bottom of the 5th inning. Tanik grounds back to the pitcher. They're going to easy flip, force play. Jesse's had his hands on the ball all night long. But Tanik is out of innings. He's thrown all 9 innings tonight. He is not able to pitch again in this game. We're going to see Tom Gannon, who has 3 innings remaining here. And with only 2 to play, if Gannon can make quick work here,
Absolutely.
They won't have a problem.
Yeah, they won't have a problem. They'll be good to go. And Tavano's going to take over in left. Gannon on the mound, so that means the outfield has to change a little bit. But now you put, Gold Glover at third and Gold Glover at short. Gold Glover on the mound. Tavano's played really well at second base, so.
Yep, Vipers still have a very menacing defense out there. Very tough to find holes against this 6-man defense this season.
There's some guys on the container, probably in the chat right now, talking to you guys, telling you guys what this experience is all about.
As you see, Brandon Gregg settle in the box against Gannon. Gannon with a slider, maybe a riser a little bit there.
Well, it's 1 of 12, so we can call it anything we want. We can just call it pitch number 3.
Yeah, I really have to watch the screen more when Gannon is throwing because in order to recognize his pitches, I have to see it from the viewer's angle here. It's hard to tell from up here what he's throwing. That is absolutely filthy, absolutely unhittable, and just not fair. It's really just not fair that he can do that right there. Watch this pitch, viewers.
Little slider on the inner pipe.
So much movement. It looks so hard. What is that pitch? Jeez. Is that that number 12 right there, I think?
That's that 12 to 6 that he throws with his fingers in the holes, and it just snaps down.
Whew, tough pitch, and Bryner down 0-2. They've had Bryner under full check tonight. Let's see if he can get going here late. It's not too late. They can still have a couple plate appearances left if they can get rolling. Going to be a tough task against Mr. Gannon out there. Taylor's worked it to 2-2. If you want to see Tanik in the booth, I believe Tanik will be in the booth tomorrow night. Can't miss television. Lightning against the Warbirds. That's hit, and what a play by Tavano. His ball just sticks in his hand. Bryner walks away, shaking his head again.
There's the 6th fielder coming into play. That might have been a hit last year because they might have gone 2-2.
Yes, a lot of times last season, Taylor was only facing 2-man infield and 2-man outfield, but now the luxury of the extra guy, perfect position. It's going to bring up Weber. He's got both solo home runs this game.
We're going to have a little Trench and Ethan Wakefield in the booth.
Who is tomorrow night?
Trench and Ethan.
Oh, no Tanik. It's Trench and Ethan. Okay. Trench and Ethan Wakefield tomorrow night.
That's a good Friday.
You see a base knock from Weber. He stays hot. He's going to need somebody on his team to get hot with him here. Thanks a lot there, M. Patricus, for that gift there. Well, hopefully Luke Jurjevic, which hopefully have you on here every night now. That's hit okay by Manny. It's spinning a lot, but it hangs up in the air. It's an easy inning. Is that 2 outs? Oh,
two down.
My fault. My fault. 2 outs.
Oh, no, 3
no,
outs.
it is 3. I thought it was 3.
Well,
it felt like 3.
Yeah.
Ground ball, then a live drive to Tavano, and then a fly out to end the inning. And the Snappers are down to 3 outs, facing their first series sweep in PLW history.
Yeah, because they came out of the boxes fast in season 1 and dominated again in season 2 and 3. So yeah, this is new territory for the Snappers. But again, they'll be fine.
I don't know. They didn't really improve in this draft. All these other teams got so much better and have closed the gap on the Snappers' dominance of this league. I'm just not seeing it from this Snappers lineup right now. There's just not that thunder they've had. Johnny Castaneda getting back in that lineup is a big deal. Putting him in the leadoff spot in front of Bryner and Weber, it changes everything, and it lets everybody else fill in the bottom.
Yeah, and he's gonna make 30 games this year, 40 games this year. You got to consider they're the favorite to win every series he shows up. So he shows up for 10 series. That's 20 wins. 27 probably get you to the playoffs this year. 500 record.
Yeah. Yep. Again, it's the first 3 get a bye. 4 plays 5 in the playoffs, and then 1 gets to choose from the winner of that 4-5 game. Rocket by Hicks to lead off the inning with a single, and then the 2 seed gets the leftover team there. And then on the bottom half, the 6 seed is neutral. He's not in the playoffs, and they're not in relegation. And then the 10th seed is relegated out of the league. The second team relegated out of the league is a series between 7 and 8. The loser of 7 and 8 will play 9, and then the loser of that series will join the 10th seed out of the league. Here's Kelly with another chance at a double play. He finds the strike zone, 5-1-4.
Just a little.
Kyle, what do you got?
We got safe.
509, 50, 514. Once again, watches really close, just over that time limit, but Greg Kelly makes a good throw there, and he hits the strike zone, which it saves you a tenth of a second hitting that strike zone, too, so you almost got that done. A little better throw from Gregg, a little more mustard on it that time. There's Trench. Trench looking for a single here. Once again, he wants to hit 300 this season. He's probably hanging right around it about 10% of the way through the season here, so long way to go. Oh, bad swing by Trench. That screwball. They're not seeing it, Brad. It's fooling all of them.
Yeah, it looks really good because he comes with a slider from the same arm slot, so really effective combination if he can throw it for strikes.
Same screwball, not quite as effective this time. Trench with good eyes on that one, evens the count at 2-2. Thanks for that subscription, Wolfman. Welcome to the PLW. That fills the count as Picone works it. Grinding, always grinding. Trench, one of the biggest grinders in this league. He's grinding on D, he's grinding on the mound, and he's certainly grinding up here at the plate. Big 3-2 pitch here with Gannon on first and 1 out. Trench lays off, it's low. Gregg's first walk here. 2 on, 1 out. Vipers trying to put this one away in the top of the 6th inning. Yeah, Wolfman. Tune in Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. for a triple header.
Great pitch. Big screwball. Drops off a table there.
Absolutely. Michael Dean sprays the ball all around here. Let's see if he can handle Gregg. I expect a screwball here, Brad. Probably away. Comes with something hardened in first, maybe setting up that screwball. Marc Tavano, 73 of the 113 votes. Congratulations, Marc Tavano. Happy birthday, man. Dean.
Just beats that into the ground.
Here comes that screwball. There it is. It's a good one, too. He keeps it down and on outside bar. Dean swings over the top. 2 outs for Gregg. Looking to wiggle out of this inning and give his snappers a chance to fight back in the bottom of the 6th. Kenny McDowell here. I believe he's looking for his first PLW hit here, Brad.
Yeah. Be a good spot for it. Stretch that lead out. Get it past the 3-run threshold. Good eye, good patience.
Yeah, somebody says, I'm really surprised at the amount of guys that swing super hard and try and crush the ball. I don't think it's the right approach, and I'm going to have to agree a lot of times. Sometimes when you hit that ball so hard, you dent the ball, you hit it so it doesn't carry. You hit it with that topspin on it. A lot of guys like Andrew Leday, who really comes to mind, he's just putting it in play, and it just shoots off of his bat. So a lot of times, yeah, a more smooth swing is appropriate than a hard swing. Patricus has a smooth swing when he's on. That's hit well! That's it deep! And McDowell, his first career PLW home run! And it's a grand slam! 9-2 Vipers!
Wow. No doubt there. No doubt there.
Kenny McDowell making his impact known out here. And I bet you that feels good, Brad Ogden.
Oh, wow. 3.
Oh, wasn't a grand slam? Oh, my bad. I saw 3 guys on the bases, so... Oh, well. It's only a 3-run bomb. Pardon my call. I thought I saw 3 guys on the bases, but I guess I didn't. 8-2. Yeah, I got a little excited there. Sorry, fellas. That was absolutely crushed, and it was a first PLW home run, and I'm sure he'll be happy to have that highlight.
Absolutely.
That's what you get from me. It's all I got. Brandon Gregg, a little befuddled out there now as Tavano steps in. Oh, that was the third base coach. He can't score? All right, Wolfman, maybe he can't. Yeah, absolutely. What a way to get your first hit locked in, and that was hit about 135, 140 feet, I want to say.
Yeah, that was absolutely crushed. Just rolls over.
Gregg makes the play.
Hey,
A little frustration from the Snappers here tonight, and I don't blame them. They find themselves down 8-2. Let's see if they can get a little rally going. You never know out here. It's doable. You got to get some base runners.
Get a base runner. If you get Santillanes up, you can get Shane Weber up. You can even Taylor Bryner up. Everybody's got to contribute. Got to get on base.
One more little thing that the Snappers have going for them here is that Tanik is out of innings.
Yep.
Trench has already walked out. So if they can find a way to get a couple of walks off again, and the Vipers are going to have to go with a brand new pitcher out here. Maybe they go to Hicks, I think.
Yeah, Hicks would probably be their guy.
Maybe Tavano can pitch. I don't know. I'm sure Adam has been working these guys, so I'm not sure where they go if Gannon does walk out. But they got to get that first walk before they can get that second. Tom Gannon has looked in control here this game. Actually, this is just his second inning of work, I believe.
Yeah.
His 8th inning on the night. Tanik and Gannon basically eating up all the innings on the mound tonight. Gannon calls it, makes the catch, and Snappers' struggles continue.
6 innings. We play 6 innings, 3 times, 3-game series, 6 innings, and we play every night, 6:05, Monday through Friday. You are watching the home teams, the Snappers. Half of their games will be on Thursday nights, and you're watching them play the champs, the defending champs, the Sandvipers. This is just a recap. This is essentially the same game, the same series that we saw at the championship level.
Yep, we got Scott Lebrato here stepping into the box. Gannon throws ball 1 and ball 2. Lebrato got a little leverage here, looking to find a single, maybe draw a walk would be even better. Got to start somewhere. Roll that back to the top of the order and see maybe if Bryner and Weber combo can do something. That's hit well, but it hangs up. Good pitch by Gannon. I don't think he hit that as square as he wanted to, and the Snappers are down to their final out tonight.
Kind of hit on the end of the bat. And David Harley looking to extend this game.
David Harley looks like he's being added to the bottom of the lineup here. He wasn't in the lineup this game. He's getting another look at Gannon. That ball is spinning like crazy, and
yeah, so if that ball spins here a lot different than in baseball. So it's going to hit that ground, it spins, and you've seen the ball come spinning out like a pitching wedge.
Yeah, you see a lot of balls start foul and come back fair, which you don't see in baseball, really. Harley lays off, fortunately for himself, as that was not a hittable pitch. Maybe something submarine from Gannon here. We haven't seen it yet tonight. Nope. 51 slider down the middle. And Gannon picks him up and puts him down.
2 down. That's 3 outs.
Yeah, that's 3 outs. I was going to say that is the game.
That's a ball game.
And you've watched the Vipers sweep the Snappers here tonight. Second sweep of the season. Vipers championship. Whew, they got to be the favorite here. They are strong, covering the 1.5 point spread. A lot of you who are betting the Vipers tonight were really able to increase your WIFFLE points.
Yeah.
Oh, Brad Ogden, good night up here in the booth, man.
Absolutely. We get Tavano up here.
Marc Tavano,
Marc
yes.
Tavano. We'll get Tavano up. I'll take a step aside and let you interview him. We'll get him
Thanks
down
for
here.
watching Premier League Wiffle tonight. Stay tuned. We have Marc Tavano on his birthday up in the booth. If you have some questions for him, put them up in the chat. We'll be back in 20 seconds with that interview. Getting that TikTok phone from Mr. Davila. I got Marc Tavano up here in the booth with me. What's going on, Marc? How you feeling, man?
Not too bad. You
guys-
know, a little bit older today.
How old are you, Marc? You want to say?
I'm 40.
30. All right, that's
40.
not bad. That's about probably the average age in this league at this point.
Yeah.
Well, happy birthday, man. Great
Thank
night
you.
by the Sandvipers here tonight. You guys played as a team, maybe more than I've ever seen so before. How'd you feel out there?
Oh, you know, it's coming together. You know, I don't think there's anybody out there that you can't look at and say they're going to make the play 9 out of 10 times. So it feels really good to be out here with these guys and just seeing all the young guys like myself starting to see the ball a little bit better, hit it a little bit better, and you know, I love it.
Yeah, Adam is doing a great job of kind of mixing you guys in slowly, not putting too much pressure on you, getting you up in the 2 or 3 hole too early in the season, letting you kind of get your feet wet out here in the PLW, mixing up the defense. You guys look really strong right now. 5-1 record.
Yeah, right. Feeling really good about this season. So
What were you drafted, Marc? 5 overall or 6?
No, 9.
Ninth overall,
nine,
okay.
yeah.
9th first-round draft pick here. The Vipers had 3 first-round draft picks, and we saw Giordano, Tavano, McDowell, Flentie, and one more, Meadows, Glen Meadows, we didn't actually see tonight. But the Vipers really reinforced their team this season and looked crazy tonight.
Yeah, hey, keep watching.
Pretty
Right?
good, yeah.
Tune in every night. It's always exciting.
Monday through Friday, guys. 6:05 p.m. is the first pitch. 6 o'clock p.m. 5:50 the broadcast comes on. Tune in every night. Second base, is that where you're most comfortable? Where'd you play in baseball?
I think that's my home. I was third base, second base, mostly middle infield. So very happy over there.
Yeah, you got an amazing double play partner with Hicks there at short.
I don't think I can ever take that away. So, yep, I'll just compliment him, and we'll turn a bunch of double plays for us this season.
Awesome. Well, congrats, man. We'll see you next week. You know who you got next week? Or have you looked into that?
I
Not
haven't
yet?
looked at that yet, so we'll get to the scouting report soon.
All right, man. Great games tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming up. Happy birthday, man.
Thank you.
Marc Tavano, folks, rookie for the Sandvipers, really shining out here in his first 2 series. Maybe Rookie of the Year favorite right now. A couple people have a claim to that right now. But I'm Chad Phillips. I thank our whole stream team tonight. Kyle Lohman, Buck Burner umpiring. We got Sean Merciel and Nick Davila down in the booth. I had Brad Ogden here with me as my color guy. And thanks a lot. Premier League Wiffle, tune in tomorrow night. Lightning at home versus the Warbirds. Big series early in the season. We'll see you then. I'm Chad Phillips, signing out.